Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, chat? What's in the bowl? Yogurt. Yogurt and fruit. Yeah, I got some new headphones. I'm back on the headphone gang. No more earbuds. Is it bussin'? I don't know. It's yogurt and fruit. Ever enough to share with the class? Definitely not. No, you guys don't get anything. All right, chat. What do we got today? I probably won't be streaming super long. I hope to be streaming tomorrow. I do have to get ready for Orlando, but I should be able to stream tomorrow and then be fine. So one last stream tomorrow, before I head to Orlando on Friday, and then I get back, on Monday. I might do a stream Monday, maybe not. I'm not sure yet. But I'll be for sure streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, and then I leave on Sunday or Saturday. I leave on Saturday for OCIC, and then I don't get back from OCIC until I think actually I get back Sunday. I come back Sunday, get back Sunday. Um, and then I probably will be streaming that Monday. I'll probably take a day off, and then I'll be streaming again on that Tuesday. But actually, I might not stream at all actually because I leave for Knoxville on Wednesday. I'm doing something with CGC, so I'm going out early to Knoxville on Wednesday. So yeah, I actually won't be. There's not a whole ton of. I'm not gonna be doing a ton of streaming over the next like 3 weeks, to be honest. I'm a little bit between Orlando and OCIC, but then I won't be streaming much, if at all, between OCIC and Knoxville. Maybe a bit, but yeah, not a whole ton. For sure. Busy month, and then or March isn't as busy. There's like 3 regionals in March, but I mean, it's really OCIC that's taking up a ton of my time, and also going to what's it called early. I'll still be having the podcast. We'll still have the podcast. We'll still have the podcast being up every week. Not gonna miss any episodes of the podcast, but you appreciate the 8-month resub there, mix son. So I won't miss any podcasts. So the podcast will still be there, and I'll try and I'll be trying to stream and do videos throughout this month. But it'll definitely be less than normal. But then come March, we should get back to like the regular schedule for most things. And then yeah, then we're getting into the rotation and what's it called soon after that. So that'll be exciting for sure. I don't know what I want to start with today. I've been kind of like, I wanted to play some Mew. I've just been itching to play Mew, but I want to play it I didn't want to know if I want to like just ladder play Mew. I kind of want to play Mew in a tournament, but there's no tournament today for me to play Mew in, to be honest. So I'm not playing any Mew today. I was like feeling like playing some Mew though. So I don't even know what I want to, I don't even know what I want to play right now. What's favored? Gujar to Drapion or Mew? Probably Gujar to Drapion. Yeah, Gujar to Drapion. Bro. All right. Yeah, so I was thinking about playing some Mew. I kind of want to play some Mew. I just like that's what I want to play. I'm gonna have them like, I just for like, I just don't like streaming lost box decks. And I think the reason is because I've been playing it at the last 4 major tournaments. I'm just kind of burnt out on playing lost box. I just don't want to play lost box. So I find stuff like playing like Mew or the Gudra or stuff. I'm just gonna have more fun rocking that. So we're gonna start with some Mew today. And start with some Mew today, and then we'll see where we go from there. I'm just like itching to play some Mew. I can't explain it. I got that itch. And I really like that. I really like the list that has been doing well recently. I like it. The only thing this is Leon's list. The only thing I'm gonna change is I'm gonna cut this Marnie. I just don't understand the Marnie over the third judge. I'd be curious to know their reasoning for that, but I can't come up with a reason, so. Lost box content? Yeah, I was gonna do it, but now I just want to play Mew, to be honest. I changed the title on my stream now. What'd I say? Lost box decks? All right, there we go. I changed my name. Yeah, when I started up the stream, I was like, yeah, I'll probably do some Lost Box. Nah, Mew. Love to see it. Lost Box Mew, I could see it. You could do like E-turn. You E-turn the Mews into play, and then you play the Lost Box engine. It's kind of dope. I could see it. All right, good start. See what we're up against here. Dude, man, I hate Manaphy tells us absolutely nothing. I hate Manaphy start here. It's Lugia or Lost Zone. Either way, the Parasol is pretty good. The vacuum's kind of mid, so we could like get rid of the vacuum here. Okay. Oricorio is like the question mark here. Like, do I want Oricorio or do I want triple Mew V? It depends on what they're actually playing. If it's Lost Box, I kind of want the triple Mew V. If it's Lugia, I want the Oricorio. Oricorio's not terrible against what's it called as well, though. I could leave a bench space open. Leaving a bench space open is like not the way. I'll just hold these two as options, to be honest, afterwards. I don't think I need to. Not sure the matchup, but my Lost City probably won't get bumped turn one no matter what I'm playing against here. And then I'll just... I could honestly just draw one here, to be honest. I like want to keep the second Lost City. Yeah, honestly, like, I'm just gonna... I could quick ball the quick ball, I guess, at this point now. I just don't have a target for the cram now anymore, is like the problem. I'll draw a little bit more. Okay, this hand kind of sucks. There's like not that much going on here. Yeah, I just didn't... Yeah, I want to keep the second Lost City if it's Lost Box. And then... Okay, it is Lost Box. Okay, so I want to keep second Lost City around. I mean, the paths are pretty important as well, but yeah. Because like we have double cross switcher in hand as well, so we can go like turn one KO their Greninja and send it to the Lost Zone. Which is usually what you want to do off the rip. They might be playing like Turbo. Uh-oh. Yeah, they discarded a Pokestop here, so they might be playing Alberto's Turbo Lost Zone deck here. We'll see. I don't even know what their win condition is then, to be honest. I guess they're going to slap us with Raikou or the other one this turn. And then, yeah, these crossers are going to be like useless now. And then they're going to go into Kyogre win, right? Someone in my local said Guju needs 2 Drapion if you're worried about Mew since it's a hard matchup otherwise. I don't think it's needed. It depends how popular Mew is, but I agree. I don't think it's like that needed. I'm just going to push Oricorio here. I give them a 2 prize. I just don't know what kind of... It's so hard to actually play against Lost Box right now because you just don't know what build they're playing. You have no clue what they have in their deck. It's super hard to play against Lost Box right now. I think with 1 Drapion, you can beat them. Like, you can beat... but you're unfavored. I think you're still probably slightly unfavored against me with 1 Drapion. But you can beat it. Like, it's not the... Like... End of the world. You're probably slightly unfavored. Maybe it's close to 50-50. I think just taking like if you like a lot of people just kind of looked at Stefan's games, but I think Stefan's games Stefan didn't draw very well in like that match specifically. But yeah, I think it's probably close. It's probably pretty close. I don't know. Oh, this is Alberto's. Alberto didn't play the Manaphy though, right? I don't think so. Wait, no, maybe they did. Maybe they did. You kind of need it for the mirror match. Doesn't matter how fast you go if you don't have Manaphy. I just kind of assumed it was Alberto's list because of the Pokestop, but other lists can play Pokestop too, so it might not be. It's like a reasonable guess, but okay, I think it is Alberto's list. I think it's definitely Alberto. Yeah, it's definitely Alberto's list. Okay, yeah, 100% Alberto's list. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be looking to. I mean, I have the second Lost City here. Lost City the Greninja would be cool. They're not done yet, though, obvious. Well, actually, I mean, maybe they are done. I will definitely go Lost City on the Greninja if this is all they do. But my Parasol is basically useless in this matchup now. They should get rid of my. Oh no, maybe they need to get to 7. 5, 6. Yeah, they need to get 7. I think I'm getting Greninja here. Okay. So they could actually double snipe my Muse. This actually makes things awkward because I have these cross switchers in hand, but there's nothing to cross switcher on their bench. There's nothing for me to cross. So if they double snipe my Muse, then they could Dragonite next turn. Yeah, because I want to like knock out. Oh, they actually took a KO. Okay. I kind of like that though. I kind of like that they took a KO. I feel like that's good for me. They do 250 with Dragonite? Yeah, I feel like them taking a knockout here is bad. I almost want to feed them my damaged Mew. Let them KO that. I'll Lost City their Greninja. I have all this junk in my hand though. And then I could Roxanne them next turn. I should probably let. Well, no, they have Kyogre as well. I gotta remember they have Kyogre. How do I want to play this? Interesting. I really don't know. I think I want to send up this one and make this one the VMAX. Maybe not even evolve the bench one. Okay. I just need to like play it all out, I think. I need to draw. Well, I don't know if I have to play everything to be honest. I could have like one tablet. I also kind of want to leave open the bench slot. Check my prize cards or anything. I don't even know how good boss is going to be in this matchup, to be honest. I play 2 tablets, so I can't Psychic Leap knockout. I don't really want to evolve this one either, though, so maybe I could have tried to keep the bench space open, to be honest. Path could matter at the end of the game. My Parasol could matter as well, though, to be honest. Awkward. Because I want to use this, but I could use it next turn to bump my own Lost City, but I kind of want to keep the Lost City. I don't want to draw, though, because I feel like I don't have that many options here. Draw again. Yeah, I kind of want to leave the bench space open for, dude, my hand just keeps getting clogged, man. All right. I mean, the longer I take to get through it, though, the longer it's gonna, or the harder it's gonna be. So yeah, we just Lost City that, and then, I don't know, got a path now. That's kind of cool. It's gonna be, if they just set up for like a, if they set up for a 5 prize turn at this point, though, it's gonna be tough, I feel like, for me to win. Like, if they just go for a 5 prize turn at this point, how do I win? I mean, I could go Cross Switcher, Psychic Leap. If they punch my active, yeah, I want to like. I maybe should have just held on that off on that Genesect, to be honest. I maybe should have held off on benching the 3rd Genesect and tried to get a 3rd Mew down, to be honest. I think I probably should have done that. I think getting a 3rd Mew down here was like pretty big deal, because then it like makes it so much easier to Psychic Leap, and keep 5 prize cards out of play from the Kyogre play. I mean, they could also just like punch my active with Dragonite this turn. That'd be like a reasonable play. Like a reasonable play. Did Alberto play Zigzagoon? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Alberto did not play the Zigzagoon. I mean, your win condition against Mew is just to go Greninja, Sableye, Kyogre, though. You don't really need... You don't need Greninja into Dragonite play. If anything, that's just like not a great play because that opens up Roxanne. Like you just want to play around Roxanne as much as possible. Ideally, yeah. Don't play into Roxanne is the name of the game for sure. Three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. No, how many cars? Just two, right? Oh, for some reason I thought I saw a third. Haven't played one yet though. What are they doing? They just didn't do anything? Like what is this? It does get annoying sometimes when you go up against Lost Box. I mean, I probably do it too, where you just sit there for forever. The Lost Box player already takes 1,000 actions a turn. All right, they're doing something. Okay. Meaning for chorus. They're playing Roxanne. Not right now. They can draw 5 prize cards in a turn. They can Sableye, just punch my active, then Escape Rope Kyogre. KO my active and a Genesect. They don't have to play into Roxanne in this game. I do need to find like Judge or something though. Definitely need to try and find Judge. They're out of Colress. I need Comfy. They could even like attack with Luminion this turn. Luminion back to the deck. But Luminion, there's nothing for Luminion to find. Just like stop me from getting 2 prize cards. I almost think maybe me going after Comfys is like the better play here. Yeah, I really should try to get a 3rd Mewtwo into play. Going after Luminion is pretty good here though, because I do play the Echoing Horn. So we could go after Luminion plus Judge on this turn probably. Or that'd be the goal, I think. Okay, Luminion plus Judge. Down 2 net. I was thinking maybe we could get like really cheesy with like Echoing Horn, but I don't even think they have a basic in here. Yeah, they have 0 basics in the discard pile. They actually might get the Luminion out of play this turn. They have no bump for Path to the Peak, but it doesn't really matter anymore. Oh, they might still have a vacuum left actually. Yeah, they have 2nd vacuum left actually. Never mind. All right, sure. Literally just cooked themselves out of the game, man. I don't even know why they conceded. They just have nothing left. Did they just have nothing left? Go to Orlando's again. If I see you, is it okay to ask for a pick? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, if you see me, you want a picture or whatever, go for it. People play against people with no self. Yeah, they definitely had no self-confidence there. They're just like, you know, if I lose, man, you got me. Shame scoop? Would they mess up that bad? Would they mess up that bad? For shame. All right, let's peep the matchup. More Lost Box action. Okay. Well, we'll see what build they're playing. Level Ball. Okay, Level Ball and Lost Box. Not something that you see very often. That's new. Wait, is Level Ball legal after rotation? Am I playing against someone who's playing like a rotation list? Oh no, they don't have any of the, like the other good cards. They don't have Nest Ball or anything. There's no way, right? Oh, what? Inteleon Lost Box? With Path. Okay. They're definitely cooking. See if we can get our own path. So we still have very little idea of what they're playing. Actually, we're kind of living off the cram for right now, though. Living off the land. Whiff. Should still set up a Mew. And then, I mean, we should hope to top deck something. We do have a lot of top decks, but possible we whiff. We'll see. I mean, I assume we're getting crammed this turn, but I guess it's possible we don't get crammed. Sobble, okay. Still no clue what they're playing. Maybe an intelligent. They do play Cram. Good to know. I would assume they don't play Greninja if they play Path to the Peak. Yeah, I would assume they don't play Greninja if they play Path to the Peak. I was curious why they put the capture there, but did they even use this Comfy? I don't remember them using this Comfy. I'm actually curious. I don't think they did. No, they didn't even use that flower selecting. I don't think so, anyways. All right, we're gonna need some help soon here. Ugh, it's looking bad. We're gonna get bodied. We're gonna get soloed by a Cram. Hopefully this sticks. Yeah, I'm literally gonna get soloed by a Cram here. Just one Cram. Nice. All right. Still very little info on what else they... I assume they attack with something else in this deck, but we still have no clue what it is. One top, one Giselle just to find Sky Seal Stone. It's possible. That could be the move. Escape rope. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the Muse end up here. If we draw out of this turn, then we have some stuff we can actually do. Ooh, are they at 10 yet? 7, 8, not quite 10. I definitely play Sableye. Tool Scrapper, okay. So Sableye, Cram, Palpad. Maybe they play Quick Shooting. Maybe it's just like Sableye, Cram, and they play Quick Shooting, and that's like it. Doesn't sound like that does enough damage to actually win games. Maybe they play Charizard as well for late game. Again. Oh, are they getting to 10 here? That'd be pretty bad if they get to 10 here, I guess. If they get to 10, wait, 3, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they are getting to 10. I maybe should have sent this up. In case they go for just a knockout. Okay, we'll send back up Mew. Sableye comes up. All right, so yeah, they'll probably KO my Genesect here. It makes sense. That way, if I do top back out of this, I'm not drawing as many cards. Yep. All right. If I don't top deck here, we might just concede, to be honest. I don't know if I want to sit through this for another turn. I don't know if I'm sitting through this for another turn. All right, one more turn. I'll sit through this for one more turn. Another Genesect. Down. Pass. One more turn. We can make the comeback. I'll give this one more turn. Arena, sure. Annoying. Okay. Can Roxanne next turn if they take the knockout? Still hope. Still not in a great spot, but there's still some hope. We have to make sure they don't get another knockout after they knock out the Genesect. That's going to be tough. Because they can put like 3 here, 9 here, and then there's a Sableye away from winning the game. Maybe they can even win this turn. We'll see. The net. They already got the Sableye in play. I do have a switch card, I think, in this list. So if they, I assume they're going to pick my active, so we can switch card. All right, took the knockout. They actually don't KO my active currently with a Sableye either now, so I guess I don't have to heal it. I just could heal it. All right. I really want to draw into a tablet. Go ahead and Roxanne. God, I still got to draw decently well off this, to be honest. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good draw. How do I want to play this? Okay. I need to get the Mew VMAX. I'm gonna go with putting Collapse in play is so bad though. I could just vacuum the path instead, but I kind of wanna. It's good. I could play the Collapse, vacuum the Ultra Ball, get rid of that, attach that, draw 3. Then I could whiff. This would guarantee the Mew VMAX, but I really want to get rid of their Air Balloon. It's like a lot of value for them to have. Yeah, getting rid of the Air Balloon seems super, super good here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. See if we can draw that Mew VMAX. Or an Ultra Ball, of course. We can get an Ultra Ball. Or it's like a Force Seal Stone. Like there's a... there's a decent amount of outs here if we're not drawing any of them. Oh my gosh. Theoretically still winnable. We'll play it out one more. I think Mew VMAX should play Pumpkaboo. No. Very cool. Yeah, I think this is... I mean, if they don't have any other attackers besides what they've shown me so far, I think this is definitely a free matchup if we actually play the game. Because you don't do enough damage to actually win games. Okay, can I get this Genesect out of play this turn, though? I don't think I can, right? Oh, another Battle VIP pass. What a game, man. Yeah, oh, we could have checked the deck list. We could have seen if they had anything else cooking. It was funny. All right, here we go again. Kind of living off the cram here. That's fine. See what we're up against. Reggie's, okay. So Choice Bell is useless, but I also want to kind of clear out the hand. Choice Bell isn't that useless. Cross switches are good. Tablet isn't that good. I want to get rid of the escape rope here. Yeah. Okay. The Lost City. I prize both my Lost Cities. Let's go. I was gonna say, so Lost Cities are the key in this matchup. And then I prize both of my Lost Cities. That is super unfortunate right there. Yeah, Lost Cities generally the key in this matchup. Not when you prize both of them, though. Yeah, not when you prize both of them. Power tablets can be a big deal in this matchup. Why's our Oricorio as well? Which doesn't change too much. The Oricorio is just kind of nice sometimes, but... Sheesh, man. I gotta keep drawing here. Because I like need an out. Like if they put a path in play turn 1, I'm gonna need an out to it. There's open psychic leave options. I have 2 cross switchers to work with, I guess. Cram for next turn to potentially get out of everything. All right, we're chilling. We're chilling. I could have leaving me in the active's a little bit sus into the steal, I guess. Like if they get a turn 1 attack with heavy slam, that's not cool, but I don't definitely want to double cross switcher next turn, so yeah, I don't definitely want to double cross switcher next turn, so do I coach juniors through Metafy or is it just masters? No, any division. Bad Lucky off the rip, okay. Interesting. Good Luck is actually like a good attacker in this matchup. I don't know why they took Bad Lucky. Oh, they're going with the Sonar, it looks like. Makes sense. Sometimes your hand is really bad, so that they have to sonar for trekking shoes. Oh, quick ball actually. Wait, that's weird. Why would you get a quick ball instead of trekking shoes if you actually had a a playable card in your hand? Why would you not go for? It's interesting. It makes me think that their hand actually has a draw supporter in it. If they would go for a quick ball, I mean, I don't really want to reset their hand, so I think I'm just gonna retreat and swing. But that's curious. Why would they not get a trekking shoes? Maybe they didn't think about getting trekking shoes. Okay, we got a Lost City, so this allows us to all of a sudden be aggressive with like just KOing Reggie, sending him to the Lost Zone, and then threatening double Lost City on one of their Reggies. Maybe they have a speed well, that doesn't make any sense either though. You still want trekking shoes to find a draw supporter, so but yeah, now I can go like Lost City KO steal, and if they ever put another steal in play, I can Lost City KO the other steal and then just win the game. Or that can be the plan anyways. Doesn't always work out that way, but we can try and make it work that way. Yeah, I saw that V6. That's what I just replied to. unless you didn't hear me. All right, capture coming down. Yeah, I don't know. I understand the quick ball grab there. I guess quick ball they could quick ball for Drago. Okay, they could quick ball actually for Drago. And then yeah, they could quick ball for Drago. And then net into Drago. That could be the reason to actually. Okay, that's actually a reasonable reason to go for quick ball actually over the trekking shoes, which looks like yeah, that's what they have. Okay, cool. They put the Cape of Toughness on the Gigas though. I guess if they attack with Lecky first, that's fine. If they attack with bad Lecky first, that's fine that they have a cape there, to be honest. But this does let me go. Like on this turn right now, I could go Lost City, Lost Zone this Lecky, and leave the Gigas there. And then if they attack with the other Lecky and I Lost Zone that, oh, but they still have this Lecky and the discard probably like a recover. So that would be fine, I guess. I should probably just Lost on the Gigas here. They might play 3 Gigas, that would be like the only thing. That'd be the only thing. They could play. Maybe I should Lost on the Lecky here. Actually, that's curious. No, because they have the. They could just rod back the. They definitely play triple Lecky. They might not play triple Gigas, so. Maybe they're trying to throw me off. They're trying to be like, oh, it's got a cape on it, not the choice spell. Why would you ever go for that? They didn't really do a whole ton. I don't know if I actually want to judge them. They played Serena. They drew quite a few cards this turn, actually. Played Serena. I mean, is there a higher chance that they have a research in their hand now, or if I judge them? That's basically all I'm scared of is like them having research. I'm not even like scared of it. It's like the only thing that's like I'm like worried about. I was like, yeah. I don't think they got it, to be honest. I think we're chilling. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Technoblast here. Send him to the Lost Zone. Oh wait, dude, I didn't do the math. Do I ever Lost Zone the steal? Dude, I just didn't do the math there at all. Yeah, I should have. Well, I don't know. I should have done something different for sure. I don't know what I should have done, but yeah, I did not do the math there at all. The cape protects the Gigas from the KO. Maybe the cape was correct from them then. Maybe. I missed a decent shot that I had a tablet here. I could have got one. I could have got one too. If I played the cram and got heads, I literally had one. Lost on Steel seems better. Wait, why is Lost on Steel better though? Maybe I lost on 2 of their. Oh, I also had the vacuum in hand, so I literally could have vacuumed the thing. But it's only whenever a Pokemon is knocked out. Oh, but that would be it getting knocked out, right? They always have 3 Gigas. They don't always have 3 Gigas though. That's just not true though. But the thing is, the reason you want to go after the Gigas is because then they have to get the Gigas on the bench and then get it into the active. Whereas like if I don't KO the Gigas and I go after the Steel, they can just send up the Gigas, load it up, attack, and then if I go Gust KO the Steel, they still have the Gigas set up. And then also they could bench the Steel, net the Steel, and hold the second Steel. So it doesn't quite work all the time, to be honest. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it does. It should go to Lost Zone, right? They should go to Lost Zone here. That's funny though. I can't believe I messed that up. I mean, it gets knocked out, so if it gets knocked out, so theoretically it should go to Lost Zone, I think. Yeah. Whenever a Pokemon is knocked out, put that Pokemon in the Lost Zone instead of, yeah, so it should go to Lost Zone here. But now I need a Psychic Leap, to be honest, so I might just Psychic Leap this Gigas and keep my Vacuum as another out. Oh, yeah, okay. Dude, this is so cringe. I can't believe I made that mistake. This was not thinking. Now they get the free Terra Spark, and they didn't even put the Gigas back in play. But that does mean they should have put the Gigas back in play, though. I feel like, to be honest. I'm just gonna judge it and then knock out their active, right? I mean, I kind of have to judge. My hand is kind of dead. How can I play this though? I want to Psychic Leap this turn because I could retreat, switch card. Retreat, switch card, Psychic Leap here. And then what? Then I just get attacked by Lucky again theoretically next turn, right? I gotta go for the knockout here, I feel like. Maybe I Psychic Leap later. I don't know. Definitely want to keep the Roxanne. Definitely want to keep the Echoing Horn. I wish I would draw 2. I'm just gonna hold the Parasol because it's a dead card guaranteed. Okay. Yeah, so do I just go for the knockout here? I feel like I should just go for the knockout here. Man, that sucks. I can't believe I messed that up. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just swing here. Cool. We're chill. This is the one thing that having, if we do have what's it called in play here, I could have actually gone. You know, I could have gone Chromatic for Escape Rope there. No, my Escape Rope's gone. Never mind. If you have Oricorio in play, the Lucky play can't happen. Like the Lucky would do 20s on the bench. And then the Giga still needs a choice belt. So that's the one thing nice about putting Oricorio in play in this matchup, actually, is it stops the Lucky play. I wonder if I can do something weird with the horn here. I don't think so. This is looking bad, to be honest. This is not looking good. Maybe winnable. Oh, they're already decked out. They have 1 Ordinary Rod left. How many Scoop Net do they have left? They use 2, 3. They use 3. They have 1 Scoop Up Net left. Okay. I feel like I just want to Lost Zone this Steel here. I feel like I just want to Lost Zone this Steel here, like retreat. But they don't have to. This is such a weird game. How much does this swing for? It swings for a lot. Steel is kind of nuking right now. I could retreat to a fresh Mew. Do I even have another Mew VMAX in the deck though? So weird, man. It's become quite the game. I kind of want to Psychic Leap at this one, but I can't. How many Gusts do they have left? They're down 1 Serena. I think I'm bossing, so I think I do this. Maybe I wanted that Mew V, to be honest. But am I just attacking with the fresh Mew now? But what does attacking with the fresh Mew accomplish? It feels like it doesn't accomplish anything. I kind of just want to psychically, but into a Genesect. But I don't know, is that worth? Does that do anything? What am I accomplishing if I do that? I'm actually just not sure, to be honest. I could try and triple tablet Psychic Leap KO. That'd be pretty good, actually. I want to keep the Echoing Horn still, because I could cheese them if they try and cheese me. Cheese reversal. I do need the switch card. Oh, I didn't play the tablet. No. Dude, that almost got so bad. Let's go. Shout out to BTCGO for being a mid client. That's funny. The Psychic Leap KO is pretty big here. This is actually you can actually make it so you like always beat Reggie if you pull off this play where you go. So what you can do is, do I leak the secret strat against Reggie? All right, so the secret strat against Reggie to beat Reggie as Mew. If you get the first knockout on, let's just say Regice, if you can go Technoblast KO Regice with Lost City, and then they go Gigas one hit KO, you can go Mew VMAX, triple tablet, Gus up the other Regice, second Lost City if you need it. Psychically back to the deck, push up, I don't know, Genesect, and then you want to KO the Gigas and they lose the game. You just like win in that, because they can never win. If that line of play happens, they can never win. Now the counterplay from the Reggie player, is they scoop up net their Regice or whatever one you lost owned. So like if you lost on Rock, they bench the Rock, load up the Gigas, and then scoop up net the Reggie Rock and keep it in their hand. But if they don't have the net that turn, you literally just win the game as Mew. But you need like the tablet second Lost City combo, which I don't know. Mew's pretty good at seeing every card they want, but I mean sometimes you whiff. So sometimes you get there though, to be honest. So sometimes you get there as well though. I think we actually have a line here. See, they pick up the steal there. See, they pick up the steal. They can't. You can't leave the second one in play there. You gotta pick them up. All right. But now I can horn them. Ooh, horn the double Rock. They're out of net. Let's go. The counter to the counter, though, is horn your Reggie Rock. Bodied. And now we just win. Because they're out of nets. The counter to the counter to the counter to the counter. Beautiful. You love to see it. This could still get weird, though. What are we at, like, right now? They're going to force that up. I got one boss left. No, I should have the guaranteed win here. Because I just go knockout, and then it's over. So now we just, like... So they do this boss play to try and stall us. I don't know how many switch cards I have left. I'm pretty sure this is my last energy. So this would work, except what I'm going to do here is I'm going to retreat and I'm going to Psychic Leap. They also deck out first, so I don't even know how much this matters, to be honest. But I'm just going to Psychic Leap here. Like, this feels like the safest play I could possibly ever do. It puts an energy back in the deck, and then I remove all this damage from play. Like, it feels safest. So we should have the win from here, I think, at this point. Oh, they have they have a Marnie, and they have an Ordinary Rod left. But I have, what, 11 cards left? Yeah, and I could, like, Psychic Leap again. Yeah. Dubs, let's get it. That was a fun game. They played pretty well, and I played pretty poorly to start with, so it put us in an awkward spot. That was a fun game, though, for sure. But yeah, that's the play you can do, is you can Psychic Leap. Basically, you can Psychic Leap at some point to not leave a 3-prize on your active, and you lost on one of the Reggies. And then that means your opponent has to constantly net up the Reggie every time they want to attack that Reggie that you lost zone, because otherwise you just gust it and knock it out. But then also, yeah, sometimes Echoing Horn. Oh, that hand was almost disgusting. Said it was a mulligan. Hand's pretty good too, though. Dude, everyone is just playing Lost Zone decks, bro. This is insane, bro. Every deck is just a Lost Zone deck. Every deck, man. It's just a freaking Lost Zone deck, man. No matter where I go, no matter what I see. What bodies Lost Zone decks? There's like nothing that bodies them. Let's see. Head to the Peak is pretty good against Lost Zone in the late game, especially if they play Drapion, which I don't know if they do or don't. Turn 1 Path is not that good against them, though. Okay, so we're gonna go. Escape Rope's not that good either, so we're just gonna do this. It clears out 2 dead cards in the hand, and then we'll hold the Quick Ball for after we draw with our initial Genesect. I was gonna like track prize cards and stuff too. Let's do that. 2, 1, 3. Roxanne's in my hand. Yeah, but prize our Roxanne. That's unfortunate. 1, 1 or 2, 2, 1. 4, 4. A tablet. A cross switcher. Cram. Cross switcher, cram. Oh my. Echoing Horns here. Escape Rope, I just put in the discard pile. Looks like my switch card is prized. Yeah, my switch card is prized. And there's one more thing prized, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to grab these. I do want to get it on a 3rd Mew, because I don't want my Mew with the double turbo energy to get punched, to be honest. Because like if they escape rope, I'm gonna send up a Mew here. I prize a cross switcher. I could quick ball a cross switcher here. I could cram the cross switcher. I could quick ball the cram though and keep the cross switcher. I think I like that the best. Maybe I do just grab another Genesect so I can draw with Genesect one more time, and then maybe that'll find me the Mew. Maybe that's like the more value play. Because like if I want to kind of play around escape rope happening. I could keep going. I could get the Mew. I don't have anything set up well for next turn, so I think I want to keep going. Collapse is pretty good in this matchup. We get rid of... I didn't prize... Yeah, I have another path in the deck, so I have the second path, so I think we'll go like this. I'd maybe want Oricorio if I knew it was Ray, but I don't know what build it is, so... Okay, chill. I want to be able to like remove the damage from play that they put in play by punching a Mew by Psychic Leaping at some point. So I got the I'm gonna go for like Lost City double cross switcher on this turn to try and KO, to try and Lost City their Greninja before their Greninja can like well if they're attacking with Greninja as their snipe Pokemon, because sometimes it's Raikou, sometimes it's Greninja. So I don't know. Oh, oh, okay, they're just getting aggressive with the Drapion. Okay, sure. Not wasting any time. I see. Ooh, it's Goo. Okay. Draw. I just Lost City the Drapion and then we go from there, right? I think so. I Lost City the Drapion. I don't want the Drapion. I could not Lost City the Drapion. Like I could go, I could not Lost City the Drapion. That is a possibility, right? I could put it in the discard pile, but then they get the Ordinary Rod for it. I don't think I want them to be able to Ordinary Rod for it. Or do I not care? Them hitting is also a mistake because I don't need a tablet now. What if I didn't Lost City this thing and I just sent it to the discard pile to Echoing Horn later? That seems bad, right? What if I Gust KO'd this and pathed? That also seems risky. I could get like too far ahead. I think just Lost City KOing it makes the most sense, right? I didn't even play a Chorus, so I don't actually want to... I don't even actually want to judge them, to be honest. I'm not even judging them here. I still want a 3rd Mew in play for the possibility of Psychic Leaping, though. But I might want that Genesect later on if they do KO a 2 prizer at some point. I think I can Quick Ball a Judge here. And that's fine. I might have to play... the Judge here to find the Mew, which is also fine. But I don't want to judge them here because they didn't use the Colress turn 1, so... Chill. I like everything in the... Oh, Collapse Stadium. Yeah, I like Collapse Stadium as well, actually. I could quick ball the collapse actually here. It's another out to Temple of Sinnoh though. I'm just gonna go and hold it because I have everything I need for the turn, so I don't need to like dig super hard or anything. Get a little bit more each time. That's fine. Yeah, I don't need to be like too aggressive this turn. We have everything we need, and then we're just gonna try and chase Gudra next turn, I guess. But we'll see what they actually end up doing. Yeah, lost zoning this has to be correct. Like not lost zoning that seems a little bit sketch. Because then what if I don't lost zone it, and they go Ordinary Rod, capture it back into play, use a Colress, dig through their deck, and then like set up for the Gudra to go boss KO on Genesect to close out the game at that point. I feel like that's not great to put myself in that spot. Putting 60 on the Drapion was a pretty bad play for my opponent there. That was pretty bad. That was just like not good. Not a big fan. Yeah, they got to the Colress though. They got 6 in the loss. They can definitely attack with Gudra this turn. They got 3 metal in the discard pile though, so they might struggle to get to 7. How much am I doing with the Technoblast against the freaking goo? Okay, so now I think I just want to reach for the 1-hit KO on the Gudra, right? I just want to 1-hit KO that thing. So no, I don't want to. I could put 2 double turbos now. Oh, hold up. So now I can double turbo because they put this in play for me. I can double turbo double modifier to get the KO actually. It opens up like a new way to deal with is that the correct way to go about it though? Or do I want to get triple modifier? Huh. I only have 1 energy left, so I probably I don't have that many modifiers in the deck either. How many Sinnohs do they have left? How many vacuums do I have left? 1 vacuum. They have 1 Sinnoh. I think we're gonna be pretty aggressive here to try and just get the knockout. Yeah, I think if I just get the knockout here, I just kind of win. So I'm just gonna be pretty aggressive with it. I got. Oh wait, did I prize my? Oh, I prized my choice spell. So I would need to get all 3 tablets to get the knockout this turn. Huh. Okay, that changes things a little bit. But I do have 2 Forest Seal Stone in the deck as well. Why'd I play it like this though? I want to judge, but I don't want to open up with judge. Well, I could go like this actually. Well, no, that just like makes it unnecessarily risky. What is the correct play? What if I just brought it up? What if I judged, brought it up, and punched it? That would also be fine, to be honest. That would also be fine. I played this pretty poorly though, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Let's just start with the judge then at this point. Yeah, I think I could have sequenced that quite a bit better, to be honest, but it's fine. We're chilling. With the lost hit. Yeah, if I just gusted this and punched it, I think I would be content with that, to be honest. Then maybe I should have kept up with the option of being able to use balls, because right now I'm forced into the cross switcher route, and it doesn't look like we're getting there. Oh no. KO on the active is so mid. That was it. That was my last Genesect, right? So I'm just KOing the active here then. Yep. So I still need to go through this Gudra. Huh. How am I going to do this, actually? Do I just lose now? What's the win con, chat? I should have kept up on the option of boss, is what I should have done. Well, I can still do a cross switcher boss play and actually 1-hit KO the Gudra. No, I can just I can just do like cross switcher boss 1-hit KO the Gudra still. Yeah, we're actually still fine. Actually, this matchup is so free because of that, actually. Yeah, hold on. We're chilling. Yeah, we're chilling actually. But what have I gotten off my prize cards? I think I've gotten Roxanne, Switch Card, Cross Switcher. Huh, that's awkward. I hate that. I don't like that escape rope. I didn't think about that escape rope. I have no Pokemon left to actually fill this gap. Ugh. Oh, it would be the Mute V though every time. Yeah. This I do not like. I could also try and quad cross switcher them, which actually I don't think it's like unreasonable to be honest. Like with the Roxanne, I actually don't even think that's unreasonable. Did they just what? They just trolled, right? What'd they get back there? Oh, they need to get an energy for turn. I was like, why not play the Mirage Gate first? Because they need to get an energy for turn and then also play the Mirage Gate. Interesting. Okay, makes sense. I also need to have a water in the and a metal in the deck though, I guess. So boss, yeah, boss cross switcher I guess is gonna be the move here. Or quad. Oh no! Do I even have a stadium left? Oh, I kept the collapse. Okay, we're chilling. Oh, they whiffed. Okay. They whiff. They whiff. Okay. So we're just gonna go for the knockout here, and then we just need double cross switcher to close out the game on the next turn. So we're gonna go. How do I want to play this? Being able to play playing path at the end of the turn would be fine. Let's just get rid of these two. Yeah, playing path at the end. So I just need my last tablet and we just win. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, if I have to play path here, it's fine. Okay. Okay. I don't need 4 cross switchers anymore this game. 2 should be enough. Although that quad switcher play. Oh, did I not get the cross switcher off the prize cards? I guess I got something else. Maybe I got the tablet. I don't know. Yeah. I've already played triple tablet. I could go path, but I should probably go collapse stadium and then discard the damage Mew, I guess. I could path and then collapse next turn, I guess. Yeah, that seems fine. And just Techno Blast. You just done? Yeah, so they Kohler started to try and hit an energy. They whiffed. And then they had to go. Why would they even Mirage Gate there then? Well, I guess it's possible I whiffed the knockout, right? Oh no, I didn't get the I don't know what I got off my prize card. I think my last prize card is a cross switcher. Yeah, my last prize card is definitely a cross switcher, and I've drawn everything else, whatever it was. But my last one's definitely a cross switcher. Yeah, so they have one play here actually. They could have gusted up a Genesect and then used double scoop up net on 2 of their Pokemon, and I'm actually down. I deck out first, and I'm down all of my switch cards. So that actually would have won them the game if they had net boss in the hand. I don't know if they did. Maybe they could have got there. But I would have lost to that. I would have definitely lost to that. They tossed a boss on the last chorus. Oh, unlucky. I got rid of my horn. Oh no, I think I had the horn left. I think you're right, Sween. I think I did have horn left. Fusion Mew or DT, which is better at the moment? I don't know, actually, to be honest. I don't play enough Fusion Mew to like know how it matches up against it. I think probably DT Mew, because I think DT Mew has a better Lost Box matchup. I think Fusion Mew probably gets farmed by Lost Box, so I'm gonna go with DT Mew. You appreciate the 5 months there, Tyrant. Especially now with like Drapion becoming a little bit more popular. Like I feel like DT Mew handles Drapion way better than Fusion Mew does. Yeah. Is Drapion and Mew ever good? Not really. It's like very meh. It's like okay. If Mew is really popular, it's worth it, but I think it's actually a decent amount of skill to like DT Mew mirrors, so I think I'd rather just rely on that as being my win condition in the mirror match for the most part. All right, this hand's pretty rough, but hopefully we can piece it together off of this Scamamatic. Against a Reggie. Okay, really good top deck. Path is terrible in this matchup, so we can get rid of that. Roxanne is pretty good. Escape Rope is also good. Echoing Horn is also good, so I can't keep everything. Actually, I have to get rid of like most of this. What do I want to keep? I almost feel like I'm leaning towards keeping the Echoing Horn. I think Echoing Horn gives me the most. But the Escape Rope's really important to get to the active on this turn. Well, we could like double cross switcher. Maybe I could keep the Escape Rope because I can just play the Escape Rope immediately. Yeah, that's probably correct, to be honest. All right. Yeah. I get to draw one card. I guess I could have got... No. It's always correct to do this. Let's get it. Oh, maybe one card. Oh, maybe two cards next turn. We're chilling. I play the Big Charm? Nah, no Big Charm. I do think the Big Charm is solid, though. It's really good in the Reggie matchup. Yeah, I think it's solid. Very solid in the Reggie matchup. It's got some other uses as well, but it's not like ridiculously good. Yeah, I think if Reggie's popular enough, I think Big Charm is worth playing because it's really, really good against Reggie. Really, really strong in the Reggie matchup. Preventing the one-hit KO. Interesting. Oh, okay. I was like, why are they doing it like that? But makes sense. Okay, this does kind of tell me that their hand is... Like, I just don't have to KO this Reggie rock, though, until I draw cards, though. So, like, I can sit here and just, like... Okay. I'm, like, tempted to go for the knockout. But I think it's incorrect. I think I would just hope that they're dead drawing. They continue to dead draw, so... Oof, okay. So I could play the Judge. That would get them out of their dead draw. This is so awkward. Judge plus KO active is so like weird because they have gift energy on the Reggie rock. I could just if I could KO without judging. The KO without judging never makes any sense. I could just pass. And I could hope to eventually draw into like Gus KO off the bench. I'm definitely like debating here, just like passing here. Cause I knew their hand wasn't that good. Unless they top deck like research. I could pass for like a turn maybe. Okay. Let's try that. Let's just try and passing for a turn. They just get to Reggie Gate again, but like... Oh, no. But see, here's where I get the research and I get punished. No, just a steal into gate. Okay, yeah, so if I can KO... If I get Gus KO on Drago, then it's possible they're stuck. Well, what energy do they have set up? Yeah, but now I just have to judge because my hand is just... Jeeks. All right, now I just have to judge because my hand is two judges. So maybe I should have just done it last turn. I don't know. It was an interesting predicament. For sure. Come on, Genesex. So we're looking for... Lost City. Whoa. Lost Schmitty. Dude, I'm looking... Literally give me anything, to be honest. Give me another... I need like another Genesect here. Oof. I mean, the Mew's pretty good too, to be honest. Yeah, I don't even... Like, do I just knock out the active and then hope Gigas doesn't get the KO? They already have a twin set up, though. So, like, the chance that Gigas doesn't want to KO me is so low. Oh, I mean, we should have too slow a start for going first here, I feel like. I'm trying to think of a play that I could do this turn that would, like... What could I get off this that would actually, like, change anything? I could go get Vacuum, but then if I get Path next turn, I literally just lose the Path. I think it's just a Technoblast and hope they whiff, but that's so unlikely. It's, like, almost unreasonably unlikely. My Roxanne's gone now. Even if the Roxanne doesn't really matter, though, because they have Gift Energy online as well. They have Gift Energy and the Twin Energy online. I didn't even get, like, a Lost City there either. Yeah, this one's just kind of scrapped, to be honest. Next one's just kind of yeah. This one just kind of scuffed. I don't think we can win. Unless my opponent whiffs. They could whiff this turn. It is possible. They don't have it yet. No, they do have it. They already have it. Yeah, never mind. They literally already have it. Already got it. Okay. Yeah, so even if I KO this Gigas, they just have the gift energy on it. So it's so hard to make a comeback from this situation. I mean, I may as well just burn this tablet then, I think. I do Psychic Leap for 50, 50, 130, so I could double Psychic Leap, but I have one tablet left to like work with that potentially. So I'll play that tablet, sure. The judge doesn't really matter here because they, like I said, they have the outs. I need to get a Mew V on the bench, to be honest. So I'm gonna go. It just doesn't matter. Like, I'm trying to come up with how it ever matters what I do. I'm pretty sure what I do just doesn't matter. Okay, no, actually, we have one play. We have one play. The collapsed stadium. This could give us like time to get ahead. If they don't get a counter stadium to my collapsed for a couple turns, we could like somehow fix it. We could get ahead far enough where we could maybe make a comeback. There's one play left. I think I just have to get rid of him. I have to go with another Mew V here, so I can switch between Mews. Okay. I could quick ball this away just to get out of the deck. I mean, I could get Marnie next turn. Yeah, I guess I may as well do that. I don't have any crams left anyways, right? Yeah, no. All right. Blast. But I have like none of the gimmicky cards to make a comeback with now. You don't have the Psychic Leap option. I do have Cross Switcher, so I could Cross Switcher around a gift if they attack with something different. And then I also have, I don't have Echoing Horn. Echoing Horn is the main one that I wanted. I don't have the Echoing Horn. Because Echoing Horn combos really well with Collapse, because then I could replace the stadium, or maybe they can do it too. Like then I could replace the stadium myself, and then I could Echoing Horn like a duplicate of a Reggie into play, and now they need like a Scoop Up Net on the next turn as well to like make stuff happen. Yeah, now I think we're just too far behind here, to be honest. A little bit too far behind. Bad lucky, good lucky, doesn't matter. All the luckies are broken. I've got no cheese. How many net are they down? Maybe I could do something with that. Just punch me with their active here. Still have the gift. I can Psychic Leap, but then I lose to Serena. They're down one Serena. They play 2 to 3. How do I win ever? Do I have a Mew V left? I do. How do I ever win? How do I ever win? Retreat Psychic Leap into Genesect for a turn. Seems pretty good. How do I remove the Genesect? Okay, so I gotta start with this. If I'm Psychic Leaping, I want to bench another Mew V. I'll get rid of the Genesect here. Get rid of the path. Retreat. Go back. Evolve. I mean, having this on my bench means I could just lose to Gus plus Choice Bell on the Gigas, but I think if they have that, I just take that L. If that's how the game goes, then I'll just take the L to that. Oh, I don't have another Mew V left. Alright, now we just concede. I mean, I could retreat, knock. Nah, we're just gonna concede. I could retreat, knock out with the other one. It's just never gonna stick. We'll just go next. The start was just too slow. You need the vacuum plus horn play? No, my horn was gone. I got a horn turn 1. Yeah, my horn was gone turn 1. Otherwise, it would have been cool. Oof. Okay, this hand's clean. It's a lot of Pokemon. Can't complain about a lot of Pokemon, to be honest. It's always a good time. We're up against Wheezing. Okay. Dude, we're up against Wheezing. That's good. That's Wheezing's cool. Wheezing's cool. Yeah, Wheezing's really cool. It's a cool deck. I was thinking about playing this tablet. I don't know. Do I need the tablets for anything in this matchup? It depends. What if they're... I can't even 1-hit KO on a turn test if it is a turn test, right? Right? Can I even KO? Wait, Parasol's Hospital? Yeah. If it's Eternatus, do I want tablets? I think I do want tablets, right? Like, I need tablets. This is just like straight... But they have an Ultra Ball here, so it's definitely E-turn. This is definitely E-turn. I wish I had drawn more cards here, though, because, like, getting ability locked here is not going to be good without, like... If I had double Cross Switcher or Escape Rope... Okay, we'll just judge into double Cross Switcher or Escape Rope. I also want to, like, glance at my... I should take a look at my prize cards as well. I want to see what was prized. I was curious. Dude, if they're greedy here and they don't have an energy on the Wheezing yet, I hope they get punished for this Ultra Ball. They Ultra Ball away 2 Dark Energy? What the Wait, what's going on here? Am I going to get turn 1 Moltres? Hold on. This is different. This is unexpected. Okay, I was like, I thought I knew what was going on, but I don't know what's cooking now. The Parasol seems worse now if I'm getting 1-hit KO'd. I'd rather lose a Mew than a Genesect off the rip here, too. But don't they do 30 to themselves? Yeah, they do, yeah. Yeah, this is not what I thought it was. This is not what I expected. I have no clue what we're up against. It could be Darkrai. It could also just be like Moltres Wheezing. It is the Darkrai. All right. So what's our game plan here? I don't know. It seems like a bad matchup, to be honest. Let's see. What if I gusted their Moltres and punched it? Would that convince them to... Would that convince them to, like, take the knockout with the Moltres that turn and knock themselves out? What do you guys think? Or do I need to play a modifier here to plan to knock out this Moltres? I'm going to judge anyway to begin with, though, because if I draw into a modifier, then I'd want to be able to play it out of the judge. And the chance that I don't draw into a modifier, like, yeah, there's already a modifier. It's, like, super low. Let me see. Oof, nice. I prized Mew. I wanted a Mew here, but we're going quad Jenny, I guess. I got the choice belt. I got triple... I prized a tablet. Okay, so the play I was thinking of was I could go Psychic Leap, KO Crobat, and then Echoing Horn to win the game. But instead... I mean, that might still work, but I would have to, like... I could go Roxanne and Psychic Leap. Okay, so I have to go, like... This... Draw. And I want to KO the Moltres here. I think. If I KO the Moltres... Yeah, I gotta KO the Moltres here. Well, I could KO the Darkrai before... No, I gotta KO the Moltres here. Take it back. I need to find cross switchers. But I need to keep the extra tablet around so I can, like, do a Psychic Leap play potentially later. Okay, we're cooking. Cross switchies. Okay. Next turn, I would be okay with bossing. I'd be okay with using boss. I'm gonna draw with a Genesect first here. I want to thin out something I draw here for sure. Okay, that's easy thin. And I want to keep the Echoing Horn around to potentially use that. Let's draw 2 more. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we get this first knockout. And theoretically, they knock us out next turn with Darkrai. But I do kind of want to go cross switcher. So if they knock us out with Darkrai, I can go. Okay, we got both pieces we needed. We needed Tablet and Mew. So on this next turn, I could go Gust up the Crobat with double. I probably should just quick ball away the boss because I have to do it with cross switchers because I want to be able to play Roxanne as well. I think this also involves my opponent like burning their Darkrai's ability this turn. I could just one-hit KO the Darkrai, but I don't think I can set up another attacker though, to be honest. But theoretically, I can Psychic Leap KO the Crobat, send up a Genesect. Yeah, Psychic Leap KO Crobat, send up a Genesect, Roxanne them. So I need double cross switcher and Roxanne. Did I get rid of my Roxanne already? No. And then after that, so I theoretically I could do all that. And then leave no VMAX in play. And then Echoing Horn, Gust KO a 2-prizer around the Darkrai V-Star. So that's like the game plan. But if I have a third, I wanted another Mew V in play here, but I prized by some. But if they only end up with one attacker in play, like if they just end up with just this Darkrai V-Star in play this turn, then we could just one-hit KO that, and they just don't have a follow-up attacker to begin with. So then I just one-hit KO this, and then we just win the game by Gust KO Crobat next turn. So it depends if they set up another attacker this turn or not. Because if they don't, we can just do that. If they do, we have to come with something else. They play Echoing Horn. But yeah, if I had triple Mew V in play, then it would be a little bit more foolproof. But this is not as foolproof. But I think we do just go for that play. We'll see what they bench here. And I could even Echoing Horn this turn right now as well. We'll see what they take. And I can go like all out for that play. And I hope we just try and draw into it. They gave us Pokestop as well, so it's possible we could use Pokestop to... Maybe that's like the little bit of extra push we need to make it work. It failed Ultra Ball, though. We might just be able to go KO on the Darkrai. How much damage does this thing hit for? 50? Yeah, if we just go KO Darkrai, we might just win now, actually, though. Because it doesn't seem like... Yeah, it doesn't seem like they have another attacker. I mean, they still have their V-Star power, though. So I would assume... Yeah, and they're feeling like they gotta cook this turn as well. So they're going to, but they used Ultra Ball and got nothing, right? What are they getting off this now? Wait, how much does this shit hit for? They're just like, oh, did they not have enough to knock me out? I think if I knock out the active plus Roxanne, I think I'll win. So now my mindset has changed on what the play is. The play now has become knock out the active plus Roxanne. Before it was like the other shenanigans I was talking about, but now it's just knock out active plus Roxanne. I think that's the play at this point now. Bench. I don't need Echoing Horn theoretically. This could evolve to a Crobat VMAX, and that would be unfortunate, but I'm going to go ahead and say that's not going to evolve to a Crobat VMAX. I don't want to play Echoing Horn on this, because I could definitely lose to this KOing me. I don't need the boss. I want to play these Crams. Play the tablets. Okay, so I can go like Cram the Horn, theoretically. Like I said, theoretically, we don't need it. I don't know. I might regret that. We'll find out. I have 2 energy, 2 VMAX, only 1 Roxanne, though. And I do want to use the Roxanne. What can I even grab here that like makes sense to grab, to be honest? I do need a modifier. Okay, 1 more mod. I have two of everything. That's where it gets hard, because if I have 2 of everything, what do I take that gives me the... I could just grab an Ultra Ball, to be honest, and draw cards. That might be the best play, to be honest. Because that like then it leaves it open for me to draw into everything else. I'm not like honing in on one card. So like grabbing an Ultra Ball means I just Ultra Ball away all the dead cards I draw. Guaranteed way to clear out the hand. Or I could just grab the Roxanne knowing I want to play the Roxanne. I'll probably just go with the Roxanne. Because it's also a hand reset, so it effectively does the same thing, I guess. Tablet. I'm going to give up on my use of the Pokestop here to get rid of it so they don't have access to it. I'd want to do that anyways. Yeah, so this is like, I mean, Ultra Ball would allow me to reset my hand. The Roxanne also allows me to reset my hand, so. Vacuum. I have a couple Crams left. I kind of want to keep the Battle VIP pass around for that, where this thing just gets stuck. So I'm going to get rid of this instead. And now we're just going to reset the hand with Roxanne. Oh, yeah, the Roxanne I think makes the most sense there. I'm actually not sure, though. Which one of these can I evolve? Okay. I have 2 cross switchers left. I need 1 more modifier. I could get rid of this. No, I might need that, actually, to be honest. I have the escape rope. I have all my boss left, though, don't I? Wait, where'd my boss go? This is why checking your prize cards is so important. I wish I checked my prize cards. I would just know. Actually, I just have no clue if I have another gust. I have no clue. Okay, we got this. I could even path them, to be honest. But do I have an out to the path? I have like 2 lost cities, I'm pretty sure. So am I out of cross switchers now, or am I just down 1? I'm out. Okay. I have another VMAX left. No, I don't have another VMAX left. I have 3. I had 2 energy left in the deck. I think I did prize an energy. So I'm gonna get rid of Judge Cross Switcher here. Now I'll fully check. I have the escape rope. I have a boss. Okay, that's the important part. And I have 2 lost city. Okay. I did not have another energy though. I do want to pat them though here. It does increase my odds of winning by a little bit. I mean, it's hard for me to want to pat them now. I did play 3 taps this turn, so I don't need to put the choice ball on the active. It's hard for me to want to pat them now when I don't have an out to the guaranteed out to the path. But I'm likely to top deck an out or the cram. If they have like Crobat, what could they Crobat for though? They could Crobat, recover Moltres. Yeah, I could lose if I don't path. I think I probably should path here and hope it doesn't screw me. All right, I did. I was like, I'm pretty sure I played 3 tablets here. There's like 1/3 of my deck is out. I don't know if I have any prize card outs. I don't. Yeah, 1/3 of my deck is out at least. Venomous Fang. All right. Let's go. Clean dub. VMAX, retreat, attach, attack. Broken. Yeah, 1/3 of my deck was out, and then I also had the out of the Cramomatic as well. So I had pretty good outs there. 1/3 of my deck plus the Cramomatic. And I did have a Judge Prize, so like there was a good... I could have also pulled that off the prize cards the turn before as well and had that as an out to draw into... Well, that would have drawn me into more cards, but I didn't have double cross switcher left, which I probably should have tried to keep double cross switcher in the deck, to be honest. I blacked out after Mello's roast. Wait, what did Mello say? I don't think dark decks typically run Drapion. E-turn does. That's true. What's it called? Is definitely Drapion is pretty good in E-turn for sure. I actually agree with that because you just want to be able to take the first 2 prize cards in that matchup. Drapion and Mew, I wouldn't play it. I think there's enough skill in the mirror match where I wouldn't tech for the mirror match. But if Mew got really popular at some point, I would. But I don't think it's popular enough right now to tech. But I would only ever tech for a mirror match, like a popular mirror match, kind of like Mew. If I felt like a lot of good players were going to play it, so I want to get an edge against good players. If I came up with a new tech, like Drapion and Mew isn't like a new thing at all. Yeah, Drapion and Mew isn't really a new thing. It's a thing that a lot of people have done in the past. And it's kind of like, you don't really want to play Drapion and Mew because it's a bad starter in all your other matchups. But if Mew is popular enough, or if you think enough good players are going to play Mew, that's like the other reason I tech for certain matchups. If enough good players are going to play Mew, then that having an edge in the mirror match makes more sense. But if I think I could just beat... if the mirror match... it depends how much skill is in the mirror as well. If I think the mirror is fairly skilled, like the Lost Box mirror, I don't really feel like I need a tech for the Lost Box mirror with something like a Goon or a Roxanne, because I feel like if I play up against anyone in the Lost Box mirror, I'm going to beat them, right? Now, if more good players started playing Lost Box, which there's like a decent amount right now, and the number's been climbing, I would maybe consider playing something like Roxanne or Zigzagoon for a mirror match tech. As right now, I'm pretty comfortable with it. I feel the same way about like the Mew mirror match right now. There's not enough good players playing Mew for me to want to tech for it, and there's not enough people playing Mew in general for me to want to tech for it. Like if you're playing Lugia, you should 100% be trying to come up with new, cool, creative ways to beat the mirror match because it's so popular. Everyone's doing that. So even as a Lugia player yourself, you should be trying to do that as well. But it depends how popular it is. Teching for a mirror match depends how popular it is, and depends, for me personally, the skill level of the players I expect to be playing the deck as well. All right. Up against Lost Box now. Nice. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. I feel like I should get a judge off this, to be honest. I should do like this. Quick ball a boss. Grab a Genesect. Although grabbing Mew might have been better here, to be honest. I could be wrong on that. And I should do this to grab a judge. I should also check my prize cards here, because I regret every time I don't check my prize cards. Our tools are here. Our energy are here. All of our supporters are here. We prized a Path, a Collapsed. We prized an Ultra Ball. Switch cards here. Played a Quick Ball. 4 Tablet. Quick Ball to Vacuum. Escape Rope's here. Horn is here. We prize a Switcher. The cart might be prized. The cart's here. No, we use the Cram, I want to say. What about Pokes? A double Mew prize. Let's get it. Yeah, I feel like grabbing a Judge here makes the most sense. Because I want to play a Judge this turn anyways. And it sees me more cards than a Genesect would see me if I just benched a Genesect. Ugh. Didn't go take a nap. Alright, pretty cool. I don't know what kind of Lost Zone deck this is. Psychic, Water, probably not Ray. So, well, I would go double. This is where I would go double Mew V. Could I risk going single Mew V to then make room for Psychic Leap plays later on? I think I maybe could. How good is Oricorio if they are the Kyogre build? Like, not great, right? I could just get the Genesect and then just like lose an Oricorio. If they go KO Oricorio, KO Genesect, KO Mew, that would be bad. I think I should just probably commit to this. Yeah, I could have also just like not taken something and hope that my first couple of prize cards give me a Mew, to be honest. But this is also fine. All right, I got a decent amount of options in the hand. I think I can just pass from here. I want the Roxanne, I want the Judge, I want the Boss. I could cram the Quick Ball, and if I get heads, I go get a double. Actually, getting a double here is pretty good, because then I can like hard retreat if I want to. And it gives me +2 cards on the turn. So now actually using the cramming the Quick Ball is always correct there. Nothing really I could vac this, but there's nothing I want to lose out of my hand, so I'm just gonna pass. And then yeah, we'll see what they do here. I mean, I'm probably looking. I ideally want to go like double cross switcher Lost City there Greninja. If they set it up, they didn't set it up turn 1. They didn't have the opportunity though. Oh, they did use a Battle VIP pass. Wait, what? They Battle VIP pass for double Comfy instead of Comfy Greninja. Interesting. Usually you go Comfy Greninja. I guess Greninja could be priced here for them. It could definitely be priced. Though. I assume it's capture energy. I was gonna get a cram, so just punch it with cram this turn. Actually, this damage on my Genesect off the rip here is gonna be annoying. Like, I don't like that damage being there. So they didn't use a Colress this turn, did they? No. I really have no reason to. Yo, appreciate the gifted sub there, Newberry over to Dusk Flyer. I kind of want to keep this last vacuum here. Because they could get rid of an Air Balloon if they play Air Balloon later on. I'm going to do this, 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 and then we'll just draw. I'm not going to judge them, though, because they didn't Colress, so I don't see a reason to. I'm going to throw this on Genesect. I just want to keep the option of the Parasol open to put on the Mew. I think I'm just going to grab another Mew VMAX here and evolve it. That's fine. It shouldn't be a big deal. It might be a big deal. It could turn into a big deal. I just want to keep drawing cards, though. I'm running out of ways to like clear out the hand, to be honest. I wasn't sure if I should play that there or not. I could have just held them. Well, I still have 3 Ultra Ball left. Actually, I take that back. I could also go Boss KO a Comfy instead and leave the Cram in play. I kind of want to make them work for their attacker. I don't know. That'd actually be an interesting choice, though. To go for the Gust KO here. Because Boss is not that good in this matchup. Like, our cross switches are good, but, like, we want to be, like, using Judge and Roxanne pretty aggressively. So, yeah, Boss is not very good in this matchup, actually. Okay, so they do play Drapion. Confirmed. The Lost City is going to be pretty important. And they got this guy's Healstone. Okay. All right, things are getting really real really fast. Things are getting real. What did I get off my prize cards there? An Ultra Ball? Okay. I could have tried to get a Path this turn, to be honest. Maybe I should play around Drapion more aggressively when I play in this matchup. So they get 5 prize cards or 4 prize cards here. I don't really want to rock sand them, but I do just kind of lose to... It looks like Kyogre build. I do just... At this point, I actually do just lose to... Sableye KO Genesect. My Collapse Stadium is prize, so I can't remove the Genesect from play anytime soon. I will see here. Definitely don't want that. So I'm thinking about judging this turn and saving Roxanne for next turn. Because like if I Roxanne this turn, I'm not gonna. If I rock, this is like an early Roxanne. This would be like an early Roxanne to use. I kind of want to try and save it for later. So I'm thinking about judging this turn and then Roxanneing next turn. I don't know if that's correct though, to be honest. I just want to try and like save my Roxanne for later. It makes sense in my head, so we're gonna go for it. Yeah, maybe I should like just dug for a path more aggressively, to be honest. Oh, I have Parasol still too. I kind of forgot about the Parasol, to be honest. This will protect around. It doesn't protect from Greninja though, to be honest. It does protect from Sableye. Oh, I don't actually KO the active yet. I still need a modifier. Choice spot here, mate. Well, the Parasol's nice here. So do I just lose? I literally can't run to anything. Did I have a tablet in my last hand? Yeah. I did have a tablet in my last hand. I should probably play Pat down a little bit more aggressive against Lost Zone decks. There's probably a decent amount of them that have Drapion, to be honest. Was that you, Swag? Or Choreo Protection from Ninja? Yeah, but then I don't have a bench space to I don't have a bench space for a second Mew ever. Dude, pricing just double Mew V just sucks. I've done that like 3 times today. I should stop pricing double Mew V, to be honest. Yeah, probably like you only going with what's called Mew is just really bad. Lone Mew is so bad. When the game's that early. If it was like in a later game situation, it'd be fine. Yeah, that turn we need to go like Lost City plus we need to Lost City KO and then go from there. I did not have tablet in hand. Okay, I didn't think so. I completely forgot that I needed a tablet, to be honest. Maybe because that last Drapion I played against punched themselves. So I was like, didn't even think about it. Okay, Reggie's. Can I even draw any cards? I can't even draw a single card this turn off Genesect. I want to save my switch card for later anyway, so I'm just going to start my next turn with Judge anyways. I think we just take double Genesect for now. I could even Parasol my active as well, in case they Marnie. It's another card that I don't want in the deck. Against me was always +1. Yeah, I mean, they definitely misplay. We definitely misplay when I played against them. Thoughts on Burnett and Lugia? It's not worth it. They always get the turn 1 attack here. Bro, if they get the turn 1 attack here, I'm always losing anyways. If they get the turn 1 attack here, I'm fine to just like take the L. Yeah, if they get turn 1 attack here, it's fine. I'll take the loss. I'm never playing around turn 1 attack here. If they get that aggressive of a start, you don't even have like time to like plan for Lost City plays anyways. You just like have to scramble to like survive. So like, yeah, it's never worth to play around. I don't think it's ever worth to play around turn 1 attack here. Not that I can think of. I can't think of a reason why playing around turn attack, whatever makes sense. If they just get it, they're just gonna win anyways. Just let them have it. Why on the Regice? Are people just misclicking their choice belts today? Does it make sense on Regice? Is Regice the move? I mean, I even have a Parasol on my active Mew, so I feel like Regice is not the move here. They must have meant to click that on Gigas, and then they just didn't. The only thing I can think of here. It's the only thing that makes sense. Should you get a Regigate? Ooh, okay, we're not done. Drago for 2. Okay, if they get Aurora Energy and Rock, or Quick Ball and Aurora, or Ultra Ball and Aurora, they actually have the turn 1 swing, but they're only doing 160 damage, which is actually, that's pretty good, to be honest, though. Getting hit for 160 is not cool. All right, well, no, they can still do it. They get Aurora plus Quick Ball still. Speed here, Aurora, Quick Ball. Please, not one time. Trekking Shoes, they can get Trekking Shoes. Trekking Shoes, discard Aurora. Get the Rock. Coming with all the ways that my opponent beats me. We should be good though. It's unlikely they pull any of that. Did I forget to tweet that I'm streaming? No, I just didn't tweet that I'm streaming. Oh, they got the rock, but they don't have the Aurora, so I think we're good. I think we're chilling. Unless they forgot that they have already attached return. But yeah, they can still load up their active. They could retreat their active. Well, actually, what they should do here probably is retreat to Lecky. Oh, retreat to Lecky is so annoying. Yeah, they should load up their active and then retreat to Lecky and hit for 20 damage. And then they don't need the choice spell on the Gigas anymore. I do have the switch card in my hand, but I can't heal this Mew unless I have another Mew V on my bench. So maybe that was the reason to get another Mew V to my bench. Was so I could switch card this turn if they hit me for 20 damage with Lecky. But instead they're loading up Lecky, which is also still... Oh, wait, actually, if they have a net, they can swing. Okay, thank goodness. I even, like, make that realization to right now. They had the energy for Lecky to attack. Lecky attacking there would have been annoying, too. But we're chilling. They whiffed. Okay, really good draw so far. We literally got Lost City double turbo. And Cramp to top it off. I just want to grab this. And go... Double... Mew... City... Draw 4. Mew 2. Ball. I think I'll get rid of the double. I didn't check my prize cards. This is why, once again, if I check my prize cards, I would know exactly what I want to discard there. Okay, so I didn't prize a double, so I'm fine with that discard. Checking your prize cards is so important. I would know exactly how I'd want to play out that hand if I just check my prize cards. We don't have an out to... Alright. We don't have an out to Path, unfortunately, in the hand, not in the opening hand. We do have a lot of top decks. Maybe we pull one off the prize cards as well. I don't know what I prize, so it could be there. So now our game plan is just to bring up, to find second Lost City, and then Gust KO second Regidrago. It depends what they attack with this turn, I guess, and what we can do as far as an attack goes. But that's like theoretically, that's what we want to do here. We'll see what we actually draw, though. I'll see what we actually draw, but theoretically, that's the plan. They can't attack with... Okay, that's pretty bad. If they do just Terra Spark here, I mean, I could just knock out the Lecky. It doesn't seem like they have a whole ton going on. They might even be dead drawing, maybe. Another Rod gone. Okay. Got the Drago. I mean, if I can find the Lost City. So our best top deck here is probably just Lost City, to be honest. If we top deck Lost City, I think we just win. Because we'll bump it, we'll draw into a way to Gust, and we'll KO, and then they can't do anything anymore. But even just KOing the active is reasonable, or just KOing the Drago, because I think their hand is dead. So if I have Gust, I could just KO Drago. We got nothing. Does it ever make sense to not KO the active? I don't think so. Does Oricorio, leaving Oricorio ever make sense? Maybe I should take the Genesect. Maybe Genesect's like the worst of these. If I wanted to discard one, that would maybe be the one I want to discard the most. I could Psychic Leap. I could retreat Psychic Leap here. My hand's dead, though. It's not like they're drawing a ton of cards, either. They're just getting the Regidrago draw. Yeah, they're just getting the Regidrago draw, so maybe it doesn't matter too much. I would be feeling pretty... Depending on what my prize cards are, because I didn't check them. I'd be feeling pretty confident there, to be honest, to, like, close out this game potentially on the next turn. To, like, go for the cross-switcher KO Regidrago play. Yeah, I would have been feeling pretty confident about going for that play, to be honest. We had a tablet in hand, we had a cross switcher in hand. I mean, we still need quite a few pieces, but if we get it, we just kind of win. We also don't even need to Psychic Leap, actually. We just need to KO the Regidrago there. I didn't even need the Psychic Leap play. I actually need City Knockout, and then we just win. I'd be pretty confident about getting to that. I'm getting the Gust Affection to be super hard, and then we have 2 Force Seal Stone left in the deck, plus 2 Lost, or a Lost City, so... I mean, if the Lost City's in the deck, it could be prized. I didn't check, so... It's possible we could not have gotten to it. Just because it was not in the deck. But I think we would have been able to do it. Hopefully they just don't one-hit KO me this turn. I just want like one more turn of not getting one-hit KO'd. If I get that, I think I win. Well, no, it's not true. If I get that and I also top deck an out to the Path of the Peak, which we have quite a few left. 2 vacuums, 2 lost cities. And we could top deck a judge here. Top decking judge here is pretty good. Cramomatic, 4 Sealstone. Actually, there's a lot. We have a lot of outs here, actually. Yeah, I think we can top deck one here for sure. And then knock out this Drago and just win the game with the city. Okay. Is that annoying? Do I care? That's interesting. Why'd they do that? Wait, how'd they draw this many cards? Oh, speed lightning. Okay. Am I dead? Did I live? Am I surviving? The Regicing into my Parasol Mew. Yeah, I have Collapse as left as well. It's true. I do have Collapsed if it's in the deck. I don't really want Collapsed here though. I'm not gonna withdraw a ton of cards if I get my own Collapsed. Why did they why'd they even Gus here though? Why they should have just drawn cards. Okay, they do hit me. How much are they? Or are they just passing? Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't expect that play, so. I could Psychic Leap here, but that puts a lot of bad cards back in my deck. Just swing with my active Mew here and knock out the Regice. I mean, the Gigas is set up. I'm going to get knocked out by Gigas next turn, unfortunately. There's nothing I can do about that. I mean, I could just Psychic Leap here. Then I should definitely like Quick Ball for a Mew V instead. I send up Genesect. I mean, mixing's kind of awkward for them. They're down 3 scoop up net. Hitting with Regice into that's not great. Oh, man. This is tough when we're not drawing anything. I think I'm going to go for the Psychic Leap play. See how it goes. Sure. Putting the Parasol back into the deck is also like +1 card that I don't want to put back in the deck, but it's fine. Send up a Genesect for turn and hope for the best. Yeah, maybe we cheese him out here. We'll see. Yeah, the Gus on the... I don't know why they didn't Gus the Genesect. Well, I guess they want to like... No, I don't know why they wouldn't Gus the Genesect. Alright, now they're drawing cards for sure. That's their second Serena down, though, so they don't have a ton of Serenas left, right? Maybe 1. It's what, 2 to 3. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play 4. So 2 to 3 Serena. Could be a bit heavier on the Marnie. Of course, they don't want a Marnie. Okay. They're chilling. I'm chilling. Oh, okay, okay. We're all chilling. Okay, so now I can go... Throw this down. And I gotta see what's in the deck. We're hoping Lost City's here. Okay, so now we can go Lost City. And this could still get a little weird depending on what actually ends up happening. But now if we just Lost City this and then KO the Gigas, we just win the game. It's also a big mistake I see a lot of people play when they play this matchup is you always go after the Gigas. Like, just, yeah, if you can Lost City 2 of a Reggie, that's always your... should be your priority. Cross switchies. Because I can KO this now, and I just KO the Gigas next turn, and then we just win. So I don't need to KO the Gigas this turn. I don't even know if it's worth holding these some of these cards, though, to be honest. It's probably not. I don't know if I should have played this, though, actually. Ooh, I should have maybe kept the switch card. I'm like, I don't know. What am I doing here, you know? I could judge. I haven't played a supporter yet. I have everything I need this turn. I could attach for turn. Actually, I like that the most because I haven't attached yet. That guarantees my attack next turn. Then I just Technoblast. Although I've played... How many tablets have I played? I've played like 2 tablets. So I could Max Miracle. And I have a judge now, so I could judge as well. I don't currently have an out to... But if I get Marnie, then I'm more likely to draw into one unless I draw into one now. And then I keep the judge in the deck, but keeping the judge in the deck doesn't seem like it does anything, to be honest. I can also Quick Ball the Ultra Ball, so I get Marnied. It's one less card I could draw into. You know, playing the judge here isn't like that appealing. I don't hate the idea of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the judge anyways then. And I could like thin some more cards out of the deck theoretically that are bad. We got like a couple. I can like Quick Ball away the Path to the Peak. I was actually thinking about Pokemon Battle VIP Pass, but if I get a Chromatic, that works with Chromatic, so. I can max Miracle here, right? I think I played 2 tablets. Did I play 2 tablets? I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna check that real fast. Played Power Tablet, played Power Tablet. Okay. I mean, it shouldn't make a big difference. I should be getting knocked out anyways, but it's better to play it optimally than not. If in doubt, Gust the Steel. when you're unsure of what to do on your turn against Reggie, just Gust Steel. It works every time. Oh, what you're saying because they might be playing 1 Steel? Yeah, it's true. They could be getting greedy with the 1 Steel. I think it's time for people to bring that back, man. I think it's time for people to bring that back. People should get greedy again and play 1 Steel, 1 Ice, or 1 Rock, 100%. But you can't make it the Steel, so you have to like gamble between Rock and Ice as to which one you think you're going to use less. Which, to be honest, I think it's probably Regice, right? Is Regice good in any matchup? Regice is like super. It's only good in your bad matchups. So I think you should probably go down to 1 Regice. Regice is only good in your bad matchups. As how do you deal with Drapion plus Sky Skill Stone? Put down Path more aggressively. Chilling. It's like a start, anyways. I think we'll judge here. I would maybe Roxanne here if I could. Yep, let's get it. Classic. We eventually got to our Lost Cities and we're chilling. 1 Gigas, they'll never know. They probably won't guess that, no. What's Rock doing for you? Rock's good in the... Actually, true. Rock's not doing very much either, right? I mean, they both kind of suck. Steel might even be the best of the 3, to be honest, because it's good against Mew and it's good against Lost Box. Equally as good as Rock is good against Lost Box. In fact, Steel might be better. Yo, could you go down to 1 Rock, 1 Ice? Now that's too greedy, right? Ice can KO's hard. Yeah, maybe Rock is the one to cut then. One of them, to be honest. You could honestly... So you don't like think about it too much. You could just like flip a coin. You just like flip a coin. Rock is good for Arceus. Yeah, but Arceus is like isn't a deck. I mean, we get against Arceus, Arctur, I guess. One Steel, 1 Ice, 1 Rock. Could do that as well. The super greed. Okay, let's say opening hand is like okay. It's like not that good. It's like alright. You get if we get a judge, I'm feeling pretty good. Or now to a judge. Oh, we're up against Slapjacks there. All right, I need to go find some food after this game. I'm getting pretty hungry. Up against the Dialga. Bro, that's another deck I want to mess around with a bit was Dialga, actually. I want to see how the Lugia, like, if you can beat Lugia. I'm down to, actually, I'm down to play some Dialga after this, dude. I'm down to play. Although, I'm just in like a combo mood. Like, I mean, it's not as, yeah, like yeah, I don't know, like, Dialga's kind of a combo deck. Mew's kind of a combo deck. I'm just kind of in a combo mood, to be honest. I'm trying to combo. Definitely not. After, yeah, we're gonna finish this game, beat Slap real fast, and then I'm gonna go get some food, and then we're gonna play some Dialga. I need to find something to eat, to be honest, as well. I lost Sableye with Yoga Loop? No shot. Pizza or cheese combos? Oh, I need to ask, does anyone in chat have a tier list for the current meta? Like a Crown Zenith tier list? Or should we just call it a Silver Temple? Does anyone have a tier list link? Yoga loop into Kyogre, you know it'll feel good. I mean, it'll be cool, but probably not very good. Could be alright though. I want to do a tier list, like a pre-Orlando tier list. This man, they had a pretty good start here. What the heck? I was kind of slapping right now. I mean, Poke released a video today. Okay, I'll check it. Do they usually Joe usually like share the tier list, whatever it's called, in the video? Tier list maker, tier list creator. I mean, I don't see. I was like thinking about why would I not want to put the Lost City in play, but I guess I'm always just gonna throw it out there. I really want to vacuum that air balloon. That's like a lot of free value that I don't want them to have access to. But I also want to. This is weird. I want to like judge this turn. Judge is not that. Judges. Yeah, I kind of want to judge this turn. I kind of want to play this. That feels weird. Yeah, we got there anyways. And I want to play the vacuum. Get rid of the air balloon. I think get rid of my boss is fine. I'll draw first. Because drawing 3 here is pretty solid. If I can get another basic, that'd be good. This is pretty good as well. Then I'll judge. We're looking for another Mew, I think. I want to get another Mew if possible. Alright, got another Mew. Mew. How many VIP passes are left? 2. I'm just gonna cram the Parasol here. Nice. I'm just gonna grab there's only actually I don't actually want anything here, so I'm just gonna grab my Forest Seal Stone for later. We'll draw again. And that was a pretty good turn. Pass. No tournaments tonight. Nah, no tournaments tonight. The only tournament that happens, usually I think it's starting like right now. No, it's starting like an hour, but I don't have time enough to play in the tournament. I could play in the tournament. I want to be able to finish the tournament though. Maybe if there's like a tournament that started earlier. I'm always down to playing tournaments. Let me see. Was there a tournament that started earlier today that's like still going on? I don't think there's. I don't know if Robin heard me or not. Hey, I'll show you. Show us the chat in a second. I don't know if Robin heard me or not, but I was talking yesterday about like some way to tell like what how to tell like what game the tournament is for, and then this was added on Limitless. I saw this was added on Limitless here today. The little thing right here on the left side. Robin back at it again with the update, so you can tell what game your thing is for. I don't know if you have to do that yourself, like when you like make your tournament. If you could, you probably pick a game. But yeah, I like that because now it's like so easy to tell like if the tournament is like a tournament you're looking for or not. So I thought it was pretty cool. It's cool to see. Definitely nice to see that. Apparently this is a Discord tournament. A webcam in Discord, okay. Yeah, so it's just nice. Another, nice quality of life upgrade. Another Robin dub, yeah, indeed. I do the wrong thing here. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah. Now there's like a little thing to just like select the platform you're looking to see games in as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's dope. It's definitely dope. As long as people like use it right and like actually select it, because I feel like there's a bunch of people who have things that they're not doing it yet. But gotta go KO some of sorry Slap, but I gotta take out some of your Dialgas here. We're gonna go with Slap, you're getting slapped, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You're getting slapped, buddy. I'm actually gonna take a dead. Oh, hold up. If we can just KO this Dialga, I mean, they could maybe set up the other one. To be honest, that's actually possible. Oh, this is awkward. Okay. Actually, not quite there yet. Need to draw a little bit more. I'm gonna draw first. I could have crammed the quick ball there. To be honest, though. Sheesh. Oh no, now I don't have a quick ball target actually, or a cram target actually. This is actually a mistake. No psychic leap option. Okay, that's fine. Dude, can I get a tablet? Okay, sheesh, man. Like, what do I have to do for a single tablet around here? Oh, did I not even play a supporter this turn? I could have got boss instead. It's actually a mistake as well. Slap's got me on tilt. Sheesh. Oh, you prize double saucer? So yeah, you can't even set the thing up, can you? Yeah, you're toast. I didn't use the tablet yet, right, either? No, there's no tablets used. Just no tab. Oh, I have no Pokemon left, though. You know what could hit me really hard here would be an Avery. I don't know if Slap's rocking the Averys, but I kind of discarded all my Pokemon here. If Slap could find an Avery here, we could be in trouble. Don't tell Slap that, though. No, it would be a free dub, so to be honest, actually. Actually, if Slap did that, I would maybe discard double Genesect, and there would be like no good targets for Slap to clean up to draw prize cards on. That'd probably be the play, to be honest, actually. Get rid of double Genesect here, and just run between Mews for the rest of the game. Any Culture Dialga player will have at least one Avery. Robat? You're giving up on one of your Dialgas? What? Do you have the other one in hand? Well, you better have the other one in hand. What? Wait, what is this last card in hand then? That's gotta be a juicy card. That card's gotta be hella juicy. Must be Avery. I don't know why you wouldn't just play that first though. A Alright, so definitely a Genesect. And then could be the Mew. I'm gonna go with the Mew. 2 Mew should be all I need. We should be chilling here though. If we get a Cram Heads, we literally KO the Dialga and the game just ends. I think. You're not getting it, Slap. No shot. Honestly, maybe I could just gust up the Zacian and it would get stuck. No, there's probably at least one more switch card left. Go away. Really trying to get to that Dialga. Or maybe something else? Oh no, I was trying to get to the Dialga. Does not matter though. I explained the whole Pokemon TCG online versus live thing. I mean, they came out with a new client called PD. They're coming out with a new client called PTCG Live, which is worse than PTCGO. That's about it. Knock me sideways. I think I just want to KO the active here. Yeah. I want to try. I'm gonna try to KO the active here. I have a switch card left. Okay. Oh, but no, but you deck out first, so. I'm actually here to My Lost City here because I actually want to be able to. I want get to My Lost City here because I actually want to prize in the loss. Oh, actually, did I want in the loss? I don't know if it matters. Dude, just get out of here, Slap. Run it back. All right. Let me go some food real fast though, Slap. Yeah, I'm super hungry. I gotta go some food and then I'm down to play. I'm gonna make a tier list template. How should the tiers be categorized? Tier 1, tier 2, etc. I personally don't hate S tier being a thing. But I would probably do tier 1. I don't know, like tier 1, 2, 2, like tier 1, like tier 1 to 4. Oh, so you're talking about like SAB better. I mean, you can do tier S and tier 1 in the same. I like that. That's the way I like it better. I like it tier S, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. But I don't like tier S, to be honest. I don't actually like tier S. I think like 4 to 5 tiers. You should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. S tier. Yeah, S tier should maybe be only be, I kind of like that, what Snoopy said. Like, you should only have S tier be used when there truly is one deck above everything else. Like, S tier should be exclusive to just one, maybe two decks. It'd be like if there was two Lugias in the format, where there's like two decks that make up 30% of the meta each. Then you could have both those in S tier. But the current format should be like Lugia. I don't even know if Lugia is S tier anymore, though. I think it might be like tier 1, Lost Box Lugia. Tier 2, Mew, Gudra, tier 3, so on. My brother, he was practicing playing blindfolded. GG's though. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Slav. Yeah. I don't think Mew is tier 1. I think with Sky Sealstone, Mew's probably not tier 1 anymore. With Sky Sealstone being in the format, there's just more Drapion now. Yeah. I think at the beginning of the format you would have had Lugia in tier S, but I think as the format's evolved and now that we get like Sky Sealstone and some other cards for Lost Zone decks, I think now there's multiple tier 1 decks. I think Lost Box and Mew, Lugia are tier 1 for sure. Before I would have said it would just be Lugia. Lugia's the only tier 1 deck, but now I think there's some, we got some more contenders for sure. Definitely got some contenders. All right, give me 1 second, Slap. We'll play our match. I gotta go with some food though. I'll be right back, chat. I'm gonna play a match against Slap. I'm gonna do pre-Orlando meta tier list after that, and then we're gonna play some games with Dialga to close out the stream. Probably. I'll be right back. Yo, sorry that took so long, chat. I wasn't gonna make a grilled cheese, but then I like opened the fridge and I saw the cheese and I was like, uh, yeah, I was like, dude, I want a grilled cheese right now, so I made a grilled cheese. So it took a little bit longer for me to get my food than it usually does, but all right, Slap, you still here? Ready to catch these hands? Let's do it. Current opinion on Lax and Lugia. Um, it's if you I think I still like it for mirror match, but I don't know, it's hard. I just don't play enough Lugia to have too strong of an opinion on Lugia, like little things like that. To be honest, I put zero time into Lugia. Like the one thing that's gonna be predictable about, I could be convinced to play Lugia the night before a tournament, but like, all the time leading up to that tournament, I'm not gonna be. There's nothing that would be convincing for me to play Lugia. Like I could, like the night before a tournament, like we almost like, I was trying to talk everyone into playing Lugia at Arlington Regionals the night before. We ended up playing Kyogre instead, which I'm glad we did that. But yeah, like the night before a tournament, I could be convinced to play Lugia, but that'd be the only time I could be convinced to play Lugia would be the night before a tournament. But besides that, I just put zero time into the deck, so I got like no opinion on the little things anymore. Yeah. No thoughts. Is going to give a Union a good deck? No. All right, hold up. I'm not gonna take this game too seriously because it's up against Slap, so it should just be a free dub. But we're popping off here in this opening. Oh my gosh, bro. This is dirty. I'm comfortable to pass from here. Yo, I'm glad I made this grilled cheese. This is good. Put a little ham in there too. You gotta do something else. You can't just do just a grilled cheese. You have to do something. You have to add something to it. All right, cheese, just Swiss. There's still a grilled cheese if you add ham. Is it a grilled cheese and ham, I guess? You add meat, it's a melt. Dude, all the sandwich connoisseurs, bro, heard me say, "Yo, bro, I got this grilled cheese and I added ham to it." And they're like, "What did he say?" Sandwich connoisseurs coming out of lurk mode, bro. I can get behind that though, to be honest. Grilled cheese, it has to be just cheese. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. I think that's fair. Reasonable take from the chat. You thought backseeing the game was bad? Hey, chill. What the heck? These draws kind of go crazy though. Slapping, bro. I kind of want to keep the Roxanne, to be honest. I'm gonna get like a, I don't know. I'm not gonna say greedy because I hate that term, but I'm not gonna get greedy, but I'm not gonna use the term greedy. Excuse me. D's seemed greedy. That's we're just having an insane board. Basics is greedy versus Avery. Yeah, I should have kept this Mew. I think I maybe should have kept that Mew. That's what I was thinking. But I have all these other guys now too. I'm chilling. Getting rid of a Mew is probably not the end of the world. Oh, that's a terrible suggestion, Tiny Temper. Don't listen to him, Toad. A decent meta deck? I mean, literally whatever you want, to be honest. Whatever you think looks fun. I mean, just pick a deck. Why did it do 220, not 210? What? Oh, wait, I thought you were responding to your own thing. Yeah, it should do 220. Yeah. Dude, I literally thought, I don't know what I thought there. I look like you were responding to your own message and being like, why did it not do 220, 210? And you like did the math yourself. What's wrong with that one? Oh, you're just getting timed out again. LMAO. Bro, I don't have answers for stupid questions. I only have timeouts for stupid questions. Decent meta decent meta deck to start working your way back in. I would say is basically whatever. But if you want me to give you a certain recommendation, I can. You play Silene? Yeah, a lot of people play Silene. I checked the other day; it was like 30% in online tournaments, in big online tournaments. I'm gonna stay on PTCGO until I'm gonna always play where the newest cards are. So when Scarlet and Violet come out, I will switch over to PTCG Live, but not until then. Because there's just no reason to. Why wouldn't I can just have a better experience playing PTCGO until that happens. Have I ever lost a slap? I have lost a slap a couple times. I think we're probably got a pretty close record. I think Slap thinks it's probably better than it actually is. We got a pretty close record. Do you think it could be worth playing Raikou V and one amazing rare with the addition of Skystone and Lost Ray? I don't know. You have to test it. See how often you can actually use the Sky Seal Stone. Because it's like, yeah, I don't feel like it's not that often it's going to actually come up, but it's cards that will rotate later rather than sooner. Then probably Mew, to be honest there, Toadsy. Mew would be a good pick for that. And then Lost Tina. Lost Tina's not very good right now in the current meta, but I think Lost Tina's like a tier 1 deck maybe rotation, and it's like okay right now. So you could just pick up Lost Zone stuff in general and play with like Lost Box and then get Tina stuff when rotation hits. You put your 12 months in Incendo or Mew. I think Mew is like, I don't know why Mew would be bad. Mew's like still keeps almost everything, so. You do probably have more clips on me. That's true, Slap. That's true. Did they actually get it? Oh, shoot. Okay, but what does this lead to for them? Like, they loop my active and then what? Excuse me. Yeah, I will, Tartarus. Whenever I have like more time to actually like play games and not like when Pokemon gets kind of stale, but like over the next 2 months for sure, it's not getting stale. But maybe like sometime in April, because there will be less going on as far as Pokemon goes. So yeah, maybe in maybe maybe in April, because like yeah, this month super busy with traveling. March I haven't really thought about too much. I think there's 3 regionals in March, so I'm still busy in March as well with traveling, but not as much. But there'll be a lot of Pokemon stuff to focus on. Oh, actually, going into April, I'll have Scarlet and Violet, so probably not till towards December, to be honest. But we'll see. How's Kyra look? Any chance you play it again with changes? I mean, there's always a chance. I mean, still a good deck. Yep. Still a good deck. Am I going to Disney World? Nah, probably not. I'm not staying like any extra time. Like I get in Friday and then I leave Sunday night. So yeah, I'm not spending any extra time at in Orlando. So no, probably no Disney. I think I went last time. I forget. I played 2 tablets and a thing. Still my. I'm just gonna take the extra tablet, bro. I actually could have techno busted with this one then. I could have kept my choice belt. Am I coming to UIC? Yeah, I've already booked my flight for UIC. I'll be spending a little bit of extra time in OCIC and UIC. I get to OCIC Monday. I think it's the UIC on. Actually, I think it's Monday as well. Yeah, I'm getting there like the Mondays before the event happens. Also on Rare, also on Goo. I'm not a huge fan of either, to be honest. But I think I would. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of either, to be honest. I think like any other Lost Zone deck is what I'm like a bigger fan of for sure. On Mew Judge for Orlando, I think it's pretty solid. It depends on like how good and how popular Sky Sealstone stuff actually is, because I think like the Sky Sealstone Drapion stuff is pretty hard to beat, but if it's not like super popular, super played, then it's like not a big deal, right? So that's kind of the question. Wait, is this our first game? I swear I already beat this kid once. Did I not already beat him once? Am I trolling? I thought I already beat him once. Yeah, Mew Judge. I think as of right now, I think it seems fine. But if the Sky Sealstones really do ramp up, then I think it's probably a pretty bad play. So I think it's like maybe Mew. The closer we get to it, to be honest, and I see like how much more people are playing the Sky Sealstone stuff, the more I think it's actually like risky. I don't think it's like a terrible play. Mew does seem like riskier though. The closer we get to the tournament, the riskier it seems, to be honest. But who won? I won game 1. Safest deck in my opinion. Good question. I don't think Lugia is that safe. Like at the beginning of the format, I would have said Lugia, but I've kind of changed my perspective on playing decks like Lugia. Yeah, I've kind of changed my perspective on playing decks like Lugia in general, and I've become like less of a fan of the idea of playing them, not just for like, dude, what the. What is this? Oh. The Super Drapion Bros. All right, hold on now. We're getting this dub, bro. I'm gonna win this. Hold up. Let me think for a second. This is a free dub. Slap's trolling for coming at me with this. I'm gonna give up this. Get a heads of. Okay. It's fine. Actually, I should have got double genesect there though. I trolled. I could just retreat this Mew. Yeah, I'm still getting that dub here. Do you want first or second in game 3? Okay, and quick ball. I feel like it might actually be quad Drapion, so there's not even point of even trying to like utilize Lost City. So we're gonna have to go like a path route in this one. I was answering a question. I forgot what the question I was answering. He did say he had the spice if he lost game 1. Wait, did he actually? I didn't see that. All right. Literally is quad Drapion. Safest play. Oh yeah, safest play. Yeah, safest play. I don't know. Like I said, I would have said it was Lugia at the beginning of the format, but my perspective on playing decks like Lugia for like anyone has changed. And listen, I think if Lugia was played at around like 15% to maybe 20, I think Lugia would be a reasonable play for a lot of people. But when it's at like 30% of the meta, I think it's a pretty unreasonable. Like it's just a bad play in my opinion. I think it's just a bad play. So I need Gust KO the one with the double turbo energy, to be honest. If I don't do it this turn, I have to do it next turn, but I'm trying to do it this turn. I don't need a ton of tablets, so I can get rid of a tablet here. Play 1. Judge. Dude, I'm kind of drawing the nuts. I'm not gonna lie. You get a path now. Hopefully I get the path without having to use my seal stone. Might have to alchemy for the path. That's fine. Oh, did I just put this in? No, I don't. Oh. Dude, we're slapping, bro. Slapping, slap. Yeah, so I don't even know what I would have said Mew would have been a pretty reasonable safe play. I think Reggie's. You know, maybe Reggie's. Maybe that's the one. I think maybe Reggie's is like a really safe play right now. So stupid. Yeah, I think Reggie's. I would say Reggie's is a pretty reasonably safe play. That's one I'd say Reggie's. I think Reggie's is a pretty reasonable safe play. I gusted it. That'd be maybe be my pick for a reasonably safe play, Reggie's. I don't know where I'd go from there, but Gudra's too popular. I don't want to be too scared of Gudra. I don't think Gudra's gonna be that popular. I think Gudra will be around 5%, which I think is fine. I think Gudra will be about 5%, which I think is fine. And if you're gonna commit to Reggie's, you could also test the matchup with the bad Drago and see if it actually makes a difference. And if it does, then maybe it's worth playing. You recommended Reggie's for my kids a couple of months ago, so now I'm playing Reggie's. Can't go wrong with the Reggie's. I gotta find Roxanne. Righty Roxanne path this turn. Don't need the parasol. Rocks scam. All right, here we go. Dude, if I win this game, I can go down in history. The gauntlet? No, I'm not. Tournaments don't really work for me on, I don't know, what's today? Whatever today is. Wednesdays. Let's start that late. Gargalon. All right, let's see if Slap has the answer again. Why do you think PTCG isn't more popular on Twitch? I mean, just because no one plays the game. Like, there's no one plays the game. There needs to be like a big boost or a massive influx, or give people a reason to play the game. There's like just there's not enough people who play the game is the problem. Serena. Oh no, bro. So luck. What? Second pumpkin, bro. This is so dumb. Maybe I could have psychic leap KO'd. No, I don't want to change anything. So dumb. Quadrate the anti Mew deck. Is he gonna run it back with that deck, or should I switch? Should I switch or should I not switch? How do I probably think Seal Stone and Lost Box will be? I have no clue. It seems like almost everyone's including it in every build, to be honest. Yo, appreciate the 18 months there, Mew. I'm just gonna run Mew again. Hopefully Slap goes back to a real deck. Yeah, the thing is, like, people just don't. The game's just not big enough. That's it. The game's not as big as it could be, or as big as it. Yeah, big as it could be. Yeah, the game's just not big enough to like warrant more people picking it up, which is like fine. It's not like a big deal. This is like in chess where you punch your opponent in the face. Chess boxing. I want to use the cram here. Actually, do I need to use the cram here? I could just hold the cram here. Cram this, quick ball this, but I want to keep the cross switcher. I could go to these and attach this, but keeping the cram is kind of cool, right? I don't know. Keeping cram is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I should have started with the Battle VIP pass, but I'm not trying super hard against Slap. I could like also try and use Path this first turn. Path is pretty good against their deck as well, but I probably just need one for the late game to go like Roxanne Path at the end of the game if I need to stop them from going like Gus KO Genesect to win the game or something. Definitely don't want another Genesect down. Settle for the 3. Losing the Genesect kind of sucks. Maybe we do that. Because what if I get like turn 1 Avery here? Then I'm definitely going to want this Genesect. Yeah. I definitely could get turn 1 Avery here. So turn 1 Avery is actually really good for their deck in general. So. Alright. Looking good. Nice one quick wall and add one horn. The horn's okay, yeah. I mean, horn's like always like a cool win condition in like any like theoretically horn is good in like every deck. People are even playing in like Mew. Just like how consistent can you utilize it? You can use it more like consistently in did I say Mew? I meant Lugia. You can use it more consistently in Lost Box than most decks as well. Because there's also ways to abuse it with like Sableye and stuff, which is cool. I got that tier list made. Hopefully I got most of the decks. Can I post a link? Yeah, you can post a link. Yeah, if you're a sub, you can post a link. You can always post links. You don't have to worry about asking. If you, I mean, obviously, if you get out of line and post links you shouldn't be posting, then you're just gonna get banned. But that should be self-explanatory. What you do? Ooh, you hit him with the bad tier. I like that. Yo, Jesse coming in clutch with the tier list, bro. Let's go. Well, you got Arceus Peak on here. I don't know about that. Get Kyurem on here. You have Kyurem and Blissey on here? You got to be missing some actually good decks if you got those decks on here. There's no way. Lawson Ray. Do you only have Lawson Ray here as far as Lawson? You have Lawson Zard. Lawson Ray, Lawson Zard, Lawson Kyogre. Okay, I guess that's fine. You don't think you're missing anything? Well, you're missing Lawson. You are missing Lawson Sky Seal Stone. You need that. That should be a separate. You should have like Lawson Sky Seal Stone. Respect the balloon boy. Listen, man. I know more than anyone the dubs that Peak can get, but you gotta wait for the right time. Sometimes it's not Peak's time. You know what I'm saying? Although it seems like Peak's time is more often than not, to be honest. Maybe I'm just wrong with calculating the correct peak timing. Because like it literally like got, yeah, you got a second at Salt Lake City. I'm just gonna compare this to the metagame, to a metagame thing real fast. Last big tournament was a late night yesterday. So Lugia, you got Lugia. Lawson decks. You need to split. You need one more Lawson deck. I don't think you covered it. You got Goodra, you got Moo, you got Dark Arctura, you got Reggie. Lawson Tina, you got Control. Did you get Palkia? Oh, you got Palkia. Okay. Oh, you put Articuno and Teleon, but you didn't put. Oh no, you got Palkia and Teleon. All right, all right. Chill, chill. Oh yeah, I think you got it mostly covered. I see his crazy cracked with the tier lists. I'm crazy cracked at beating Slap. So Lost Zone, Sky Zone? Yeah, something like that. I think it's the only thing missing. I can give up these two here. Dude, I forget which tournament. We were grinding games with the Dialga deck pre... What tournament was it, though? I forget what tournament it was. It wasn't as good as we ended up thinking it would be. It was still pretty good, though, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I forget what tournament it was. We were on Dialga for a little while. We were like getting the... but it didn't end up being good. You forgot Dialga? Oh, you did forget Dialga. To be honest, that's like a reasonable forget, but yeah, I should probably be on there. Another deck I wouldn't hate to see on there, because I think it's better than people give it credit for, is actually Quad Weezing. I actually don't think Quad Weezing is terrible. It's obviously not great, but... Quad Weezing, like, auto-wins. Like, it's auto-wins Lugia. Like, it's not even... Oh, now they have Canceling Clone, though. Maybe not, though. Yeah. That's true, though. They have their, what's it called? I mean, they have to find it, but them having it in general makes it a matchup a lot worse. They'll see a lot of cards before the game ends. Should there be a separate ZAM LZB thing? No, it should probably just fall under Sky Sealstone, to be honest. We should put that under Sky Sealstone. Like, some of the ZAM decks are Kyogre builds, some of the ZAM decks are not Kyogre builds. Like, ZAM's everywhere, to be honest. Some are with Raikou, some are not. Like, ZAM's everywhere, but everyone loves ZAM. No Malamar VMAX. That one is fine to not be on the list. It's fine if that one did not make the list, to be honest. I think we'll survive with that one not making the cut. We'll be all right. Hey, yo. Dude, another deck that I've never played a single game with is Drakazalt. Not that it's good or worth playing, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. I think it's past the time where I would have had a chance to play it, but... At least until Malamar wins on that. Of course, yeah. Whether that be Quad Weezing or Weezing Arrow, etc. Okay, that's a good idea, Jesse. Adulting on VMAX? Alright, just stop. Have I tried Regidrago? Yeah. It's pretty bad. Might be better rotation though. It's pretty cheeks. It's really hard to play decks that are like more linear. When there's a deck, when the best deck in the format is super powerful and versatile, like, and they just like can be like, you're like, well, I can do this against them. They're like, well, then they're just gonna do this. And you're like, well, yeah, I guess I lose to that. And kind of like repeat, kind of sucks. Kind of sucks, kind of sus. I literally have a Dracozolt VMAX video. Oh, do I really? I don't remember playing that deck at all. Do I really? That's dope. That deck was sick. Did I ever try Copperachia VMAX? I did. I don't think I ever like ended up making like a YouTube video on it or anything though, because it was so bad. The most over. What do you think was the most overpowered format? What does that mean though? Because if all the formats overpowered and it's fun to play, then it's not overpowered. But probably something like ADP format. Yeah, probably 80 something ADP. Because everything was just like nuking everything, and there was just like, yeah, I would say ADP. I don't know though, to be honest. That's an interesting question. I'm trying to think of like a different format. ADPization specifically. But I almost clicked my Mew. That would have been tragic. I don't think I ever played. No, I never played Mewtwo V-Star, yeah. All Sanders lists are only good for one event. That's actually just not true though. Like Sanders' current build probably could be pretty solid. Would be pretty solid going into Orlando. Like I don't see why. Like people could tech for it, but no one's gonna tech for it. If the meta shifts enough, obviously that can make Sanders' list bad. But what's changing in the meta? I don't think very much. Oh wait, does he actually have the Gust KO on my bench? No, he doesn't. No, there's no way. Although that would be the play here: is Gust KO my bench Mew VMAX, and then one hit KO this one next turn with. Dude, what the heck is happening right now? I got kind of cleaned up there, to be honest. Good top deck though. He's not gonna like this next play from me. Another double cross switcher. Dude, I just have the nuts, and then I top decked Mew as well. Like, what the heck? That was an insane hand. Dude, I already got the. Dude, this is so cringe how well I'm drawing. This is actually cringe how well I'm drawing. That's disgusting. And I got the rocks. Well, is there any basics left? No, or whatever. Roxanne. This is absolutely ridiculous. I hope you dream of Quadrapion. Just in case I miscounted. I didn't even have to use my freaking Star Alchemy. That's gross. That is so disgusting. Oh my gosh, that was so absurd. That could have been the path. Yeah, it's true. I could have alchemied for the path if I really want to path them, but they have no gas left, so I can't lose anyways. They're gasless. That was an absurd turn. I'm gonna peep this, Jesse. Oh my gosh, the amount of decks like doubled. What the heck? Wait, no, did it? Oh, you have Mew path here twice. Wait. Why are there's just twice the amount of decks on this tier list? Oh, also add Meloetta Mew. You should add Meloetta Mew as well. I think they're reasonably different. Yeah, I would add Meloetta Mew as well. As long as you want to put in the work. I already appreciate you throwing this together, so. Meloetta Mew is like another one I think that'd be worthy of a slot. There is? Oh, am I trolling? Path Mew. Oh, there is Fusion Mew. Yeah, my bad, my bad. Dude, Jesse's already a step ahead every time, bro. This man can't be stopped. Wait, can I even get a knockout this turn? That'd be crazy if I can't. Oh my gosh. I actually have like nothing left. I have no gas. When I accept it, you guys both make cut. Can you like take someone else's tier list like this and then edit it yourself and like keep it updated yourself? That's what I probably should do. Can I like take your tier list and then edit it myself? Like add more stuff to it or no? It'd be interesting. All right, so I was gonna play some Dialga now after yeah, after Body and Slap. I was kind of into the idea of playing some Dialga. But how did you ever beat, dude? Maybe Dialga does suck. The Lost Sun matchup feels terrible. It sounds terrible too. All right, dope. We gotta do this tier list as well, though. We should probably do the tier list first. This one looks good, Jesse. I appreciate it. Here we go. We should do this tier list. I need to run to the bathroom real fast, though, chat. I'll be right back. And then we're gonna rock this tier list, and then yeah, I got that now. We're gonna rock this tier list, and then maybe play a couple games with Dialga. Maybe Lost Zone Dialga is cooler and better. Play the Lost Zone version, and you go. You start Manaphy, then Greninja KO. Yeah. Do you want to do that too, or another day? I'm gonna do that one different day. I have that one saved. I need to do that one eventually. Yeah. Yeah, chat. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that, chat. I had something come up. I had to go help someone with something, but should be chilling now. All right, let's do this. Tier list. Hang on, I guess what looks tell me what looks better. If I did it like I'm gonna like turn this into a YouTube video after. I'm gonna make it and I'll cut it out of the VOD and make it into a YouTube video better. But what looks better if I do it like this and had it like this, or if I did it actually, I think that might look better to be honest. But I could also do it like this instead. I kind of like the other look a little bit better to be honest. I don't know why. It just looks cleaner. Would you do a tier list with each item being the top 3 decks? What would you do? Tier list with each item being the top 2 decks of a meta, and what you thought? Wait, what do you mean with each item being the top 3 decks of a meta? The meta overall in terms of how fun it was. Oh, you're talking about like in different metas. Yeah, if someone made the tier list, I'm not making that tier list. Strategy turn 1 deck. As of right now, there'll probably only be one great way to play it. It'd be sick if there was 2, but we'll keep it as like rad E-turn decks. For right now. The first setup will move your sponsors. Move them where? I think they look fine there. What would be your recommendation, Jeff? We really know about Skystone or Rad E-turn. We don't really know about Skystone or Rad E-turn, so they're kind of their next. Yeah, I mean that makes sense for the tier list, I think. Although I think, I mean, everything will kind of like, everything's going to be wider open initially, but then everything will kind of like there's not going to be like 4 different good Lost Box list decks and like ways to play it. Would be willing to do something if I redeemed it? Yeah, I'll do literally pretty much any tier list you guys redeem. Obviously, if it's inappropriate, I'm not going to do it. If it's anything Pokemon related or just like something funny or interesting, as far as the tier list goes, I'm always down to do it. Empty space on my right side. That's true. I gotta move it over there though. I might just like turn it off for this then. You are right though, Jeff. You are right. Which version of control is in the list? I mean, we're just gonna assume it means you can't really play Mewtwo V Union control anymore. It's just like not viable because you lose to. Wait, there was something else. Like you lose too much stuff, right? Yeah, it's a quad Yveltal with Tex, but not including Mewtwo V Union. Do I do bodybuilding coaching? Not yet, but maybe one day. Who knows? I've thought about like, I don't know. It would be like one thing I could definitely see myself shifting to in the future would be kind of shifting out of Pokemon into like maybe trying to do like fitness influencer stuff. But I'm currently not like that into the whole bodybuilding thing yet. I do go to the gym. I'm consistent about going to the gym and everything and trying to get progress, but it's definitely a thought I've had because I definitely really enjoy it. And I would like to, like, I like the idea of like, you know, committing to like being super meticulous with all my workout stuff. Maybe at one point in my life, maybe when I retire, I don't know. Then I'll be like older at that point, so it doesn't work super well. But I do like the idea of like committing more time, but. Also, Arceus Box is basically a deck like what got that bait. That deck I don't know how good that deck is. To be honest. I have like no opinion on that deck. Doesn't lose to Drapion with no energy excel? Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I don't think the Mewtwo V Union. I don't think there's any Mewtwo V Union deck that works right now. They like all lose to something. They lose to too many things in the current format, I think. None of them work well enough. It needs that weakness policy for sure. Wait, why is... I'm just like kind of thinking about Blissey. Why is Blissey terrible right now? Can Blissey just not keep up with Lugia? No tournament tonight. Yeah, it's definitely reasonable, Jesse. Yeah, the Arceus have been popping up for sure. All right, let's get into it. I think I'll just work from left to right, and this is only going to be based on what I expect to be how good I think these decks will do potentially, how good they'll be as a play going into Orlando Regional specifically, not kind of overall in the format, just like meta specific. So some of them might be placed a little bit lower than I would place them on average for like previous tournaments and stuff. And we did just get Crown Z in a second, change some stuff. So Ratty turn. As of right now, it feels tier 4 to me. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it goes into the bad tier. But I think I would put it in tier 4. Kyurem, I'll put in the bad tier. I'll go right ahead and put Kyurem in the bad tier. Kyurem's like terrible right now. I don't know if you beat anything, to be honest. Like, it's like no matchup you actually beat. If you play double Drapion, you probably beat Mew, but any deck can do that, so that's not like really that big of a deal. Up next is Blissey, which I think I'll also put in tier 4. I almost want to put it in bad, but I think it's a little bit better than Kyurem. I might put it in bad. Can I define the tiers? Just like how good the decks are, I guess, like overall in as far as like a matchup spread goes. Like tier 1 is going to be the most some of the most powerful decks that can tech for anything. Yeah, so tier 1 would be the most powerful decks that if they could beat anything through techs. And it really comes down to what they choose to play as to what they can beat on the day. Tier 2 would be the kind of the slot under that where it's like very powerful decks, but they can't quite tech for everything and beat them. Like some things you'll have to just take auto losses to. And then tier 3 will be kind of decks that are specifically trying to target probably the top tier and kind of lose to everything else around that for the most part. I think that's what I would put as tier 3. Or just aren't really as powerful or as consistent. Like maybe they're just kind of neutrally have decent matchups against most things, but they're just not as powerful or consistent as something like, and we can kind of set the like tier 1 will be Lugia, and then I'm also going to put Kyogre Lost Box, and then I'll also put the Skystone Lost Box. I think I'll put Ray Lost Box as well in tier 1. The only problem I have with Ray Lost Box in general right now is I actually feel like your Mew matchup is unfavorable, but that can just be fixed by adding a Drapion. So I think, I mean, you could put all these together and just call them Lost Box. The only Lost Box deck I'm not going to put up in tier 1 is Lost Zard. I actually don't think Lost Zard is actually that bad right now. There's just no reason to play it because all of these builds of Lost Box are just better, like across the board. They have better matchup spread. They have less awkward situations. They have a higher power level, so they can take over games more easily. So I actually don't, but I don't think actually Lost Art is that much worse than any of these, but it's worse enough that you'd never play Lost Art in like pretty much any meta shift. So I think Lost Art is actually only like a tier 2, is only like down probably at tier 2, to be honest. I don't think it actually falls that far down. Maybe it's tier 3, but it's definitely not tier 4 or bad. It's either tier 2 or tier 3. It's just there's the reason no one plays it because there's literally no reason to play it. Yeah, there's literally no reason to play Lost Art. So I actually don't even think it's that bad. I haven't played it in a while, but even in like the previous tournaments leading up to this one, I never thought it was a terrible play. I just always thought Kyogre was the better Lost Zone deck. So it's like, why would I ever consider playing Lost Art? But I think I'd put Lost Art at tier 2. It's just, there's no reason to play it, but it's actually not a terrible deck. Control, also tier 2, because Control is a deck that like if people want to beat it, they just kind of beat it. You can just kind of tech for it and you just beat it. So it doesn't have like, I feel like Control doesn't win the tech war. If you want to tech to beat Control, you just beat it. It's hard for Control to tech against your techs if you're choosing to bring the techs. So I'm going to put Control in tier 2. I'll put Fusion Mew in tier 3 because I think it does struggle quite a bit against the Lost Zone decks. But I'll go ahead and move the other Mew into tier 2. And specifically, I think Mew might be a tier 1 deck on average in this format. But going into Orlando specifically, Sky Sealstone has been pretty hype. A lot of people are liking it. And I think because Leon did just win with the Path Mew, I think there might be a little bit of Drapion hype Not enough to the point where I don't think Mew is in a fine play. Like, if you've been grinding Mew the last 2 weeks and plan to bring it to Orlando, I would say you should probably just bring Mew. Because I think even with those factors, I don't think Mew's still a terrible play. It's hard for Mew to ever be a terrible play, to be honest. I think the worst time it was ever a play was at Arlington Regionals, and there was just such a ridiculous amount of Drapion. I think going into that format, that was bad. That was really bad. That was a really bad time to play Mew. But like right now, I actually think Mew is actually not in like a truly terrible spot. I think Mew is like okay. I'm definitely not going to see the rise in Drapion numbers that we saw at Arlington. I don't think like ever again. Let's see, Weezing. So it's like quad Weezing. I actually think quad Weezing is kind of decent because it does beat. I'll probably put it in tier 3. It beats like it like can beat all the Lost Zone decks, and you auto win Lugia. If they don't have canceling Cologne, like you just the Lugia matchup is so free. If now with canceling Cologne though, things are a little bit more awkward, and the matchup is definitely a little bit more difficult. Because if they eventually draw into their canceling Cologne, they get access to their Archeops, and if they haven't lost too much energy or are not too far behind on the prize exchange, they do just win. So Weezing used to be an auto win against Lugia. Now that everyone has canceling Cologne, it becomes do they have that? And your Lost Zone matchups are like pretty solid overall. You're not actually as favored as you'd maybe think. But with people cutting Snorlax, the matchups definitely got better for Weezing. Because like the main attacker that the Lost Zone decks would set up to actually KO Weezing would be Snorlax. But now they have stuff like Raikou V, which is pretty good at doing that as well. So this depends on the build. But I'm going to put Weezing at tier 3, quad Weezing. E-turn Weezing, I think I'm going to put as... I almost want to put it as bad. I actually think this deck is really bad. I think E-turn Weezing is really bad. Because I think you're unfavored against Lugia. And any matchup that's not at least pulling a 50-50 against Lugia, I don't see why you would ever play it, which makes me a little sus about Blissey, because I don't know if Blissey's pulling a 50-50 against Lugia. It's probably not. The Rad E-turn decks try to. So I think if you can't pull a 50-50 against Lugia, I think you are just considered a bad deck. You should probably just be put in bad, to be honest. Especially if you're not dominating the rest of the... especially if you're not dominating the rest of the format, to be honest. Alright, Palkia and Teleon. I actually kind of like this deck. I don't know if I'd give it tier 2 status, but I actually think the deck is pretty solid overall, especially with people starting to cut Birdkeeper. So I'm going to go ahead and call Palkia and Teleon being a tier 2 deck going into... Your Lost Zone matchups are like the tough things, though. Do you ever actually have a decent enough Lost Zone matchup where Palkia actually makes sense to play? You definitely need to do some Ice Q strats. I mean, if you can get the Ice Q set up... If you get the Ice Q set up... and can go down to Lone Ice Q, I guess you can just win, right? If you can get to Lone Ice Q, I guess you're in a fine spot. Getting to Lone Ice Q is kind of the problem, though, for Palkia and Teleon. Raikou, Skystone with Body Palkia, but that's not your win condition as Palkia against Lost Zone decks. Your win condition is Lone Ice Q. I think your win condition is definitely Lone Ice Q. Your win condition isn't attack with Palkia. So I think it's possible that Palkia is like fine right now. I would have to like play more of the deck against the Lost Zone decks. I think your Lugia matchup is getting pretty good because I think people are cutting Birdkeeper, which is great for Palkia and Teleon because that's their win condition is like the Articuno in that matchup. So I'm gonna put Palkia and Teleon as tier 2 for now. It's not a deck that I have too much input on, or info on because I don't play it a whole ton. But Reggie's Goodra is pretty popular right now, but it's just like one bad matchup for Reggie's. So I'm gonna put Reggie's at tier 2. I think with how hype Lost Zone is right now, you just want to go with a heavier Marnie account, maybe even up to 4 as well. Yeah, heavy Marnie count in the Regis right now. Arceus Box, I'm gonna put at tier 3. I think that this deck is super gimmicky, and if you like, I don't know, if you gimmick enough, I guess you get there, but I'm not a huge fan of the deck. Articuno and Teleon, I'm gonna put at tier 3. It has this kind of the same win condition as Palkia up against Lugia, and people are cutting Bird Keepers, but I feel like the deck is really fragile against. I don't know, stuff like Goodra, stuff like, I mean, Goodra's like the main one I guess I'm kind of thinking of. The deck's super fragile against Goodra. Your Mew matchup's pretty good because you have double Drapion. Your Lugia matchup is getting better because people are cutting Birdkeeper, but some people still have the Birdkeepers. Your Lost Zone matchup, I guess, is about the same as the Palkia deck. You just try and get down to Lone SQ. But you have less options because you can't be like aggressive with your Greninja uses or just being aggressive with Palkia. So I feel like your matchup against the Articuno and Teleon matchup against Lost Zone decks is definitely worse than Palkia's because you still have the same win condition of getting to Lone SQ, but Palkia can also be like, nah, I'm just going to start swinging with Palkia this game because you're drawing awkward or weird, or I'm going to turn to use Greninja to KO double Comfy and get ahead that way first, and then go into other stuff later. So I'm going to give, I'll give Palkia tier 2, but I think I'll give Articuno tier 3. That would be like one thing I'd have to like test a lot more with those decks as well. So I'm not too experienced with the decks, but so how like consistent can you get down to the lone SQ? I think is like a big question, obviously, but I'm actually not sure. One thing interesting with SQ in both of these decks now, though, is you can do it a little bit differently because almost no Lost Zone decks right now play Vacuum. So instead of having to go, so you can get like Parasol involved and be less concerned with the wash energy, you can do stuff like Raihan to SQ, grab Twin, Inteleon, get Parasol, Scoop of Net everything. And you can do it in one turn now with a Parasol. And you don't have to rely on leaving SQ and play for a turn and let it get bossed or something like that. A lot of Lost Zone boxes are playing Sinnoh. 0 Lost Zone decks are playing Sinnoh right now. There's zero Sinnohs in any Lost box right now. No one is playing Sinnoh. It's just not a thing. No one's doing it at all. Unless Palkia finds a wash. Yeah, but finding wash isn't hard though because you have double Raihan. You just like Raihan it out. You just Raihan it out and then you just tackle it that way. All right, Lost on Guja, tier 2. I think that deck's pretty solid actually overall. It's not definitely not. I don't think it's. I think it feels like I said, like Mew feels pretty close to tier 1. Control feels pretty close to tier 1. I could see Reggie's feeling pretty close to tier 1. Guja does not feel like it can ever be a tier 1 deck though, but I think it's solidly tier 2. Arceus Pikachu. This might be a tier 4 deck. Where do we ever put this? The Lugia matchup was just so bad now that everyone plays Dunsparce. I think we just put it in tier 4. Vikavolt, tier 2 as well. I would actually be maybe willing to throw Vikavolt up at tier 1. But a lot of the Lugias have Canceling Clone now, so when you Aerodactyl, it's not a guaranteed win when you go first like it kind of felt like before. But your Lost Zone matchups are pretty solid, and the Guja matchup, I guess, is a new matchup that's coming up that is not great, to be honest, for Vikavolt. But I don't know how popular Guja is actually going to be. My current prediction for Guja is going to be 5%. Yeah, my current prediction for Guja will be 5% going into Orlando this weekend. But it's been pretty big in online tournaments, but I don't know if that's actually going to carry over to... I don't know if that's actually going to carry over to IRL tournaments. That might just be in like an online tournament thing where it's been going up to like 10% online tournaments. I think it'll maybe still hold up around 5 because we see that in online tournaments. Even like, I mean, the new hype deck is always going to be overplayed, and we see that a lot with Lost Zone actually in general. Like Lost Box decks is where they'll be like sometimes the most popular deck or rivaling Lugia for the #1 deck in the tournament. But then we get to IRL tournaments, Lugia is 30%, and Lost Zone decks combined are about 12%. Or I guess like they were pretty popular at San Diego, to be honest. And we don't have the Liverpool numbers, but yeah, I'm gonna give Vikavolt tier 2. Durant, probably a tier 4 deck. I don't think it's actually in bad though. I'd rather play Durant than Blissey, Ichiran, Weezing, or Kyurem. Zorobox also in tier 4. You cannot hang with Lost Zone decks at all. You just get absolutely destroyed. I don't know if the deck even has a win condition against Guja, to be honest. And Vikavolt's probably also pretty tough. Yeah, I love Zorobox. Not good enough. Dialga, I think I'd also put it in tier 4. Nah, you can't. Lugia matchup's too tough. You're probably going to bad. Lost Zone Tina, I'll put it tier 4 because I don't think your Lugia matchup is truly awful, but your Lost Box matchup, you can't beat any of the tier 1 decks consistently, to be honest. Yeah, maybe it is just bad. Arceus Dura. Arc Dura's in a little bit of a weird spot because of the Lugias adding the Canceling Clone and the Skylas and the Iridas and stuff. That makes things pretty awkward for Arceus Duraludon. So I want to say it's... before I would have put it in tier 2, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big Arcdura hater. I would have put it in tier 2, but I think it probably falls to tier 3 because of how much Canceling Clones in the Lugia decks now. It doesn't make it quite an auto loss, but it makes it a lot harder for Arcdura because now even when you go for that turn 2 boss play or turn 3 boss play, KO and Archeops as Arceus Duraludon, you can't. That doesn't stop them from getting a one-hit KO next turn, because then the Lugia player can just go Choice Belt, Canceling Clone, one-hit KO your Duraludon with Lugia instead while they set up the Yveltal. So, yeah, I want to... Also Sky Seal Stone. Maybe Arcdura is just bad now. Maybe Arcdura should be tier 4. Like, the more I think about it, Sky Seal Stone can be tough for Arcdura. Lugia is getting harder for Arcdura. And as Crown Zenith was coming out, I actually didn't think Arcdura was a terrible deck, to be honest, but it is getting worse for it. It is getting a lot tougher for Arcdura. I'll put it in tier 4, I think. And then the last one was Zoroark. Probably just put it in bad. I don't see how you beat anything consistently ever with Sugi and Zoroark. I wish you did. The deck's pretty cool, but yeah. This is my tier list heading into Orlando Regionals. Even though I put the one thing I just want to make sure I reiterate, even though I put Lost Zone Zard here in tier 2, you should never play it over any of the other Lost Zone variants. It's like solidly a step under them. It's just still not terrible because Lost Zone boxes are so good. Yeah, Lost Zone Zard is solidly a step under the other Lost Zone decks. So you should never play it over the other Lost Zone decks. But Lost Zone boxes, I guess, are just so good that it's still like a tier 2 deck overall, I think. Yeah. But the new Crown Zenith Radiant Charizard makes it. Yeah, that's the buff it got. It got the better looking. Yeah, it did get a buff. That is true. It did buff. All right. I'm gonna play a couple games of. Y'all gotta close out the stream here. I'll be back tomorrow. I should be back tomorrow. It's possible I don't stream tomorrow, but I should be streaming tomorrow. It's so hard to tell what these cards are. I'm not gonna lie. These cards are like hard to tell what they are. I'm not a huge fan of them. All right, I'm just gonna take this list from Derek to start with. We might like make some changes to it as we play games. We'll see. They look way better IRL. I don't know, bro. I still want to be able to tell what's going on, bro. If someone puts one of those on the board across from me, I'm definitely gonna have to pick it up. It's just like a bunch of yeah, it's just like all smushed together. You can trade me, Pretty Mew. All right, I'll put him up for trade, Mellow. You can take him. You can have him. I have extra Sky Seal stones that I can borrow. Did you message me earlier about that, Gugats? Someone messaged me about that earlier. Was it you? I think I do. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll check. I should. How many do you need? Oh, yeah, you can go ahead and trade for 1 or 2, however many you need. I'll put them up for trade. I'll put the Muse up for trade, Mellow, if you actually want them. Oh, I want to name this thing, though. Is there a heavy ball in here? Yes. I think heavy ball might be my favorite card from... That's actually possible. Heavy ball, I think, is probably my favorite card from the Sword and Shield block so far. Well, I mean, it is, because we're done. Yeah, I think so. I can name more cards, so... I think it probably is my favorite card. Definitely one of the best one-ups there ever was. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Especially in, like, Inteleon decks. TCGO share 04? Who's 04? Who am I playing against here? Dude, what? Lug? Oh, dude, we're gonna get schmacked. Get slapped. I maybe should have opened the Dialga so I could actually Birdkeeper into the Zacian, to be honest. I don't know, maybe we'll top deck and we'll just kind of pop off. It's possible. We could pop. If we draw well enough off the top deck, we could pop off and turn one Brave Blade, Lone Lugia possibly. That'd be pretty sick. Oh, they're not giving me the opportunity. Unlucky. I feel like this deck has to still be better with cross switchers, right? So you can actually like make plays to like chase down. Dude, this sucks. Oh, I should have played the. I play this first. Oh, Micro Ninja's prized. Perfect. All right, we're chilling. We're chilling. It's winnable. It's winnable. I'm just happy about all prize cards effects were unplayable in anything but control. I mean, that's not true. We had Town Map. We had Azelf. Yeah, I guess those two. I mean, I don't think we're playing Gladion in any. Although Gladion was maybe underrated as like a prize search card, to be honest. Gladion could have been better than it got credit for, I guess, as like in other decks besides control. But it's kind of a big commitment on your turn, I guess. What else do we have? Peonia. Peonia made its way. No, Peonia made its way into attacking decks. People played in Urshifu and stuff. We had Peonia. People were playing Peonia and Urshifu. I think that's all we had, though, right? Wasn't there Beast Ball? That sounds familiar. Was Beast Ball Heavy Ball, but for Beasts? It was, right? I think so. That sounds right. Dude, I got Burnetted again, bro. I've been getting Burnetted all, like, not all day. Yesterday and today. Is Burnett that good now? Is everyone on the Burnett hype? Does Mr. Mime for Jirachi Prism combo count? It should count. The freaking Burnetti, man. Hating on Burnett? Burnett's gotta be trash, man. It's gotta be trash. There's just no way it's good. You got some lore there, Paul. Let's go. Connecting the dots. Dude. Okay, we can go. We could pop off this. We could pop off for sure. This hand is pop-offable, okay? We need to get the heavy ball, though. And I need escape rope. If I can get escape rope and KO any of this stuff off the bench. We need to start with heavy ball, though. I need heavy bill, man. Heavy ball. But the heavy ball's not in the deck. It could be prize, I guess. Dude, I have 4 metal saucers in hand. Heavy ball. Hey, the beginning. Holy smokes, man. So cringe. Okay. We're cooking. Yes. What do I need to find here at this point? So I could actually hard retreat a Mew. I need to get energy in the discard pile. But I need to find an Ultra Ball. I think this is correct. Okay. Ultra Ball those two. Grab the Dialga. Wait, so I only have 3 in here now? I thought I had 4. Shoot, I thought I had 4. Oh no. Can I even get to 4? Oh yikes. Hold up. I don't know. I should not put that in play. Rolling. I can't get to 4, man. Unlucky. I've never been so unlucky. I thought I had 4 in there. Play with Scoop Greninja, then switch instead of Retreat. Well, no, but I had to find Ultra Ball, so I want to get like another Mysterious Tail use. But I could have, maybe I should have Greninja'd instead. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I was like, I want to get like another Mysterious Tail use off. But maybe I didn't need the extra one after that. I just had to hope the first one got me the Ultra Ball. I want the V-Star. Yeah, I definitely want the V-Star. I did. Yeah. I don't think that's happening anymore. Let's see. Are we cooking anymore? You have it with Hard to Treat Court? I don't. What if I just punch them for 80? Is that just the play ever? I don't believe. Oh, this is chilling though. No, we definitely just lose. We definitely just lose. All right, I think we cook on this. I can't come without a win. I can't come without a win there. I want to make this. I think we need cross switchers. If we have cross switchers, I think we could beat the. If we have cross switchers, we could beat that deck because we'd be able to loop an Archeops. D-Man, if I retreat, that's my attachment for churn. Like if I go attach retreat, that's my attachment. That's my attach. Alright, I got you guys. Alright, let's get aggressive. Let's make it a more aggressive build. I like the escape rope. I don't like it. If we're going to cross switchers, they're out here cheating. Escape rope seems good, but if I have cross switchers, do I really want escape rope? That's a good question, right? I didn't have that many energy in the discard pile. I didn't have enough energy in the discard pile. I kind of want to see some VIP passes in here as well, to be honest. Do I need something? No. Oh, there is an air balloon in here already. I didn't even see the air balloon. How good is the escape rope? How good is the escape rope here? I don't even think I have time to play a game with this deck, to be honest. What time is it? Yeah, I gotta head off. All right. We'll start the stream with some Dialga action tomorrow and try and make it work in the current meta. How do we even beat Lost Box? Do we have a Lost Box win condition? Maybe we should play a Roxanne in here. Maybe that's our loss. We should probably play a Roxanne in here, right? Like, we need a win condition against Lost Box, right? I feel like we do. Yeah, I feel like I want a win condition against Lost Box. I think Roxanne would be the move. So we might have to add a Roxanne. But I'll just play against someone against Lost Box. We'll hit some tomorrow for sure. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, chat. I got to get off. I got to head out. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's go ahead and find someone to raid. See, is anyone on? I'm on. Sunny's on. Go ahead and raid Sunny, I guess. All right, chat. Have a good one. I should be on tomorrow, chat. It's possible I don't stream tomorrow. I do have to... What the heck? Flash raid. All right, chat. I should be on tomorrow. I should be on tomorrow. But it's possible I don't. If I am on, though, this will be my last stream before Orlando anyways. I leave for Orlando on Sunday. Not Sunday. I leave for Orlando on Friday. And then I get back Monday. I might stream on Monday because I get back kind of early Monday. I don't have anything else going on Monday except recording the podcast with Chip at some point. But if not, I'll be streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. And then I leave for OCIC on Saturday. Then I'm gone for like a week and a couple days. And I get back after. Yeah, it's not much streaming coming up the next couple weeks. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I'll be back again on Tuesday, guaranteed, next week before I head off for OCIC. So have a good one, chat. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Peace.